Can I make something good out of this? Can I make something good out of this? Chances are you will not be missed, 'cause you don't give a shit. Can I make something good out of this? You could be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. Sometimes you're the only one who's strong, then I'll be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. It will be interesting, I'm sure, 'cause I want more. Can I make something good out of this? Can I pretend that something is missing? Chances are you will not be missed, 'cause you don't give a shit. Can I make something good out of this? looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. You found out that nobody is perfect, and you doubt that anything is worth it. Look around, the world is a circus, you're on blue. So provoking, I forgot to mention, are you joking? I need some attention, and nothing's working, so change your direction, you're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. Why won't you hold my hand? Are you gonna deny this? Do the best you can. I haven't got a plan, but I'm gonna survive this. That's just who I am.
Yo!
When
Let's
you're
go!
on blue, you keep everything inside of you. You try to play it cool. Sometimes you gotta break the rules.
I don't know
why you are confused. All you need is a
Little bit of attitude.
Yeah. This is it.
I'm tired of explaining
It's too late
because everyone is waiting.
That's great.
So why are you complaining? You're on blue. What's
If
up?
I'm unsure,
Will anybody notice?
It's my fault
Because I love you on purpose.
I'm insecure or
Just a little nervous. You're on blue. Who?
Yeah.
Yo! Dude, I'm tired.
Starting to enjoy the view. I'm all about the
Yeah, just dude, you. Knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you. Dude, what's up?
knows you're on blue.
Dude, it feels like a Fraggle Rock moment, doesn't it?
Let's get on you.
Let's go! Oh, there we go. There we go. It's time to wake up.
Hey, I just wanna change the world.
I just want the perfect girl.
I don't wanna hang around.
I'd rather be found.
It gets better.
I wonder,
My pleasure.
together, everyone's waiting, anticipating. Whoa! Here we go, dude. You, I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Wow! Let's go!
Hey, I just wanna change the world. But I'm not gonna wait my turn.
You're drunk as shit?
I
Alright.
never want to
It
come
happens.
down. I'd rather be found. It gets better. I wonder. My pleasure. Together.
Everyone's waiting, anticipating. All right, you guys ready to rock? into it. Dude, let's go, James. Thank you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Come on. Radiate, yeah, yeah. It's my world. Woo. Radiate, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Ha-ha. Here we go. Oh, I can't pretend. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I hope this never ends. It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Let's go. Yeah, dude, that guy was a good drummer. Oh, 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 oh. Dude, let's go. All right, let's go. Dude, all right. Now we're warmed up. Dude, you spent half the day crying over everything? Yeah, you know. So there is, I have a couple of records on Apple Music and Spotify. The link is down in the description. It's not the shit you've been hearing here in stream, though. The shit you are hearing in stream is old shit that is currently just here. So you're just going to have to come here every night to hear it. Let's go. You're a drummer yourself. Let's go. Dude, yeah, no, that guy, though, that guy, the guy in that band in Radiant, that was my band number 3 breakdown from like 2002. But let me just tell you though, the music that's in the description, the shit that is on Apple Music and Spotify is really good. I think it's even better than the shit we listen to here in the stream, the albums that I have on there. But so that drummer though, that was in number 3 breakdown, his name was Nate. And at the time I was like 32, 33, and Nate was like 19 or something. He was young, dude. He was like 19 or 20 when we started that band. Like sometimes we'd play 21 over shows and he couldn't come into the venue until it was time to play kind of deal. He like turned 21 in the band, but he was the best drummer that I had ever played with in my entire career, right? And then what he did is he then, after I ended that band to go solo, he moved down to Eugene and he joined a band called Lovers that was really good with this girl named Asia Volkman. And then they were on tour and she met Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons and they got married. So Asia left Lovers to start 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀. And now she's still doing 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀, but none of us have been able to find Nate. Like we don't know what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Right? We don't know what happened to Nate. But dude, he was just the best drummer, dude, like hands down. And you know, let me just tell you though, guys, because it's all timing. Okay, it really is. It's fucking timing, right? Because one of the things that I've noticed in my life is sometimes I found the perfect band member right when I was like, didn't want to be in a band anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I gave up the best drummer I had ever played with, the guy that I had wanted to find my whole life just to go solo, right? Just to go like solo. And then the Let Go Afterglow, like, I'm glad I did that because I was a lot happier. I wasn't happy in the band, even though I was playing with the drummer I'd looked my whole life for. I didn't want to be making the music that we were making. So sometimes, I guess sometimes you have to let go of shit, no matter how much your investment is. Like a funny story about Nate. So you guys, I don't know if you've heard of Larry Crane. Okay, Larry Crane's like a recording guru here in the Northwest. Okay, he recorded Elliott Smith's early albums. He had a recording studio here called Jackpot Records. And then he started a magazine called Tape Op magazine that's for like music recording. And Larry's a fucking genius, okay? He is. Larry's a fucking genius. And so what happened was, number 3 breakdown, the band with me and Nate, the Radiant Band, and You're on Blue. We became really like sort of popular here in Portland. And we were especially like a musician's favorite. And we had management, and we started recording an album at Jackpot Studios with Larry Crane. And guys, this was 2003, I think. I spent $7,000, right? Because Nate didn't have any money. Like I said, he turned like 21 in the band. So I spent all the money I had, which was $7,000 on this record at Jackpot with Larry Crane. And at the height of our popularity, and I pulled the plug on it. I spent $7,000. I never even finished it. I never even recorded the vocals. I went in and I just grabbed the tapes. I paid for the rest of the studio time I had booked. And I called Nate and I ended the band and I walked away from it. And because I was having trouble writing lyrics, but it wasn't like a writer's block thing. It was like I didn't have anything to say over a lot of our music because we were making music that I didn't want to make. And I didn't really like the management team we had. It wasn't what I wanted to be doing. And so I gave up all my money. I gave up the record. I pulled the plug on the band and I started recording Let Go Afterglow, which is my solo record, the one that's at Apple Music and Spotify. And I recorded my album solo, playing all the instruments for like a year. And then that record became the most successful thing I ever did. And I toured the country. I saw the whole country and had like an incredibly life-changing experience. And like that would have never happened, right? If I hadn't have walked away from that. And so like, I don't know. I see a lot. I've heard it a lot of people I know where people are like, I've invested so much in this thing that I just don't want to walk away. And I guess what I want to let you know is that sometimes you just know in your bones that like no matter the investment, you need to be doing something else. And then sometimes you just got to walk, right? Sometimes you got to take the bold move. And even though you've invested everything you have to just walk because you need to be somewhere else. And when you know that, don't be afraid to make those kind of moves. Dude, I did the same thing with gaming, bro. I like walked from gaming and now I am so much happier doing this than gaming. Like I've even walked away from successful things. Like sometimes you just gotta trust that intuition in your gut, words of advice. I didn't invent this shit. I had some people, I've had a lot of mentors that taught me about that. Because there's an investment trap, guys, that people get into. And it happens all the time. I used to see it in gaming a lot of people who like hated the game and they were addicted to Fortnite, but they had spent so much money on the game. They didn't want to leave the game because they felt like it would be a waste, all the money they met. Sometimes you get married, get old, live in the wrong place, develop an addiction. Yeah, that's rough. AA, boss. You can get out. Let's go. Didn't even know I had a gaming channel. Yeah, well, I stopped creating on the gaming channel. Groove Dragon, I said I make my music to put myself out there, hoping that people let you in. All right. Let's go. I didn't remember saying that, but that sounds about right. Although I was a different guy when they made that documentary. That documentary was made before I really started my healing journey. So I don't know. I can't say everything I said in the documentary was healthy and or accurate. Dude, you know what's crazy about the documentary though, guys? Can I just tell you, some of you have seen the documentary. So the brother, one of my brothers is in the documentary, one of my half brothers, and that's one of the brothers who molested me. And I didn't know he molested me at the time we made that documentary. I had not figured it out yet. So that documentary was made where somehow that brother ended up being in the fucking, right, in the documentary. And you know what else was happened though? What else happened is he like, he's in prison now, but he like freaked out on the director. The director of the documentary was a woman. And after they went and had coffee and he talked to her, he like fell in love with her and he was trying to get her phone number. And I'm like, dude, I'm not giving her your phone number. Like, what the fuck is up with you? Because he had been in prison already. I mean, he's fucked up. He had a rough go of it as a kid, though. Not to excuse his behavior, but he had a lot of abuse that he experienced as a kid with my mom's first husband. His real dad was also a molester. I mean, dude, Wisconsin sucks, bro. Let me just tell you. If you live in Wisconsin, you know what I'm talking about. There's just so much CSA, right? Like child SA in Wisconsin. But yeah, it's just wild, right? It's just wild that you can, it's just wild that he ended up in there, right? There was no real reason for him to end up in there, but I was being followed on this tour with a camera crew and he contacted me. And so I decided to go see him. And so the universe, if you will, brought him into the documentary. And at the time, I didn't know that he was one of my abusers. And it was years later that I figured it out. But I thought it's really interesting that they were making a documentary about me and about how I became an artist. And one of my abusers sort of naturally found their way into it. Isn't that wild? I mean, dude, it's just really interesting how it worked out. Because of course he did. Of course he was in there. Yeah, it is ironic. Dude, my whole life, though, has been like that. And Lilith, I saw you say you have like 18 years or some shit. That's crazy. Let's go. Kudos. Dude, I'm coming up. I'm 18 and a half years. You recommend watching the documentary? Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's a good film. I was thinking about, there's like one music thing at the end that I have to fix. I was thinking about putting that on my YouTube channel now, right? I was thinking about putting it out. Continued healing. Let's go, Jennifer. Thank you. Beautiful soul for sharing. Let's go. Awesome. I appreciate that. Dude, I did a lot of work. I love sharing about that shit now because I feel like I finally got out of the nasty, it took me so long to get some space from it, to be able to process it in a way that it wasn't hurting me anymore. Dude, 10 years. Let's go, 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗧. That's huge. Dude, what a day. What a fucking day, guys. Isn't this crazy? Like, I think today is just funny, bro. Today was funny. You know? You wondered about the interaction? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, no, the fucking, yeah, it was weird. It was weird. That was a crazy experience, right? If somebody ever says, can I make a documentary about your life? Like, fully contemplate what that move makes. All right? What that move could possibly do. Dude, is fucking, Yeah, it was a pretty crazy journey, right? It's called the Wanteds. It's called the Wanteds. The part of rock and roll. Here, I'm going to type it in. It's called The Wanteds, the part of rock and roll they never tell you about. And if you want to see it, you go to my film website and there's a link where you can watch it. Here, I'll take you there. I have a website called TommyHarrington.net from when I was a filmmaker. I'm going to go there right now. If you go to TommyHarrington.net, okay? This is my writer-director website from before I became a Fortnite streamer. And there's a little bit about the music, and there is a link there. So Dave Camp was one of the producers of this film. And it's a really weird story. I'll tell you the story quick. So what happened was I was a bartender at a local bar here. And one night a guy, a cameraman for Dateline NBC came into the bar. And he heard me. I'm a storyteller. So at the bar, it was a lot like this stream. I would serve drinks and I would just sit and tell people stories all night long and talk with people at the bar. And so there was a guy in the bar sitting there and he heard me telling people stories. And he said to me, he's like, oh my God, like you seem like you'd be a really interesting documentary subject. Has anybody ever approached you like that? And he gave me his card and he's like, I work for Dateline NBC and, you know, I think we should talk. I think I'd like to make a movie about you. And so what was crazy was about a month later or a couple weeks later, there's a guy, a lawyer who hangs out in the bar all the time, who it was like a lot of pro pool players hung out there. And this lawyer liked to shoot pool. And so this lawyer came up to me one day and he was like, you know, I've been thinking about wanting to make a documentary about you. He's like, I know it sounds crazy, but like I've been watching you and your band is starting to take off, your one-man thing. I think this would be really interesting. And I'm like, dude, that's so weird because a fucking camera guy from Dateline just said the same thing to me 3 weeks ago. So I gave Dave, the lawyer, the Dateline guy's card. And then like 10 days later, the lawyer came back into the bar and said he had raised $80,000 and they're ready to make this thing. And so what ended up happening was then the camera guy like couldn't do it. He went on location or something. And then they had hired a director who like didn't get along with me. He didn't really like, he was pretty abrasive. So then I recommended a woman I knew who does film and TV stuff in LA. And she was living here in Portland. She was also a rock and roller. And so what happened was they hired her to direct it. And then they put together a camera crew and then they started filming me getting ready to go on this tour. Then like a couple of weeks into filming, right? A couple of weeks into filming, my girlfriend and I broke up. And then a week later, I kicked her out of the house after we broke up. I mean, I didn't kick her out, but I asked her to leave because we broke up. We were living together in my house. So we broke up. She moved out. And then we found out she was pregnant with Bryce. And so the pregnancy and me becoming a father then fused with the journey of me going on this tour. And then everything just sort of snowballed. And so they made this thing and it won some awards. But then Dave Camp got brought in later. Like Stephanie, the director, had trouble finishing it. Okay, she got stuck. There was like 20,000 hours of footage or something. And so they brought in Dave Camp as a producer, and then he like helped shaped it and crafted and finish it. And then he died of cancer. Like Dave finished this movie and like almost immediately within a couple of years, he died of cancer afterwards, which was like horrific. He was so young. He was like 30. He died of stomach cancer a couple years later. But so it premiered at some film festivals and it won some awards and they had a big screening here at the Art Museum. And, you know, that was the night I met Danger Aaron because I played a show at the Tiger Bar after the Art Museum, like premiere and shit. And then they sold it to an Italian film company, okay, which was like Monte Cristo Films or something. And then I don't know what happened. Like it sort of like never got released. I don't know if they did something with it in Europe. There was like one summer where I made an insane amount of money from radio airplay and shit that was like international radio airplay or some shit. So I don't know if the movie came out and people consumed my music for one summer, but there was one summer when I got a fat ass check from ASCAP and I had done nothing. It was like a couple years after they sold the movie, but then it just sort of sat in limbo, right? And it never really did much of anything, but it was a pretty crazy experience. It was an experience that lasted like 5 years, guys, from the time that they started filming till the time they finished it. It took several years, but pretty wild. But it's a pretty good movie. And you know, it also, they hired one of David Fincher's sound designers to do the final sound. And so I met him and like, he ended up helping me out and doing some sound for some movies I did later on. And so, you know, it created quite a few networking opportunities for me. But yeah, that's the fucking, there's some of my old film work, but yeah, it's a banger, dude, I love David Fincher too. Oh my God, though, guys, the touring story is so good. The way it juxtaposes with your family life. Yeah. I mean, it's a complicated time, guys. Right. It's really hard to put in a nutshell what basically happened to me is I spent my entire life trying to build a musical thing. Okay. And just struggling and scrapping and trying to make this shit work and never really finding the success and the happiness I wanted. And then, right. And then what ended up happening was I finally got it. I finally got it and found it. And then I also simultaneously had a kid. So I got it right as it was going to end, right? I got it and then I had to give it up. And it was like, it's pretty weird to chase your whole life something. And then the minute you get it, you're confronted with having to give it up. Or I didn't have to give it up. I could have just let, you know, Bryce's mom raise the kid. She would have probably preferred that actually, but I chose to give it up. Always been impressed how from day one, you've been completely transparent about your life and beliefs, completely genuine. Thank you, Engrain. Such a rare quality for someone with so much exposure and content. This is true. Let's go. Thank you, Engrain. I got to go back too. It has been a ride. We got to go back because Pendulous dropped one too during the intro. There it is. Pendulous, thank you, boss. You were not forgotten. All right. And we also got to thank James for the new membership. Let's go. Let's go, Jimmy James. Dude, let's go. Thank you, Engrain. It has been a ride. Dude, it has been a ride. Staggered into this channel and never left. Let's go. All right. You guys ready for some politics? So just so you know, guys, a little update. I'm going to be leaving for a little bit. Okay. So there's going to be some days of no streams. So let me tell you how it's going. So I'm streaming tonight and then I'm streaming tomorrow night, Sunday night, and then I'm going away for 3 days. I'm going to be gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of Thanksgiving week. I will be back streaming on Thanksgiving. Okay. So I will be back for a stream Thanksgiving night. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be at the beach. I am taking a laptop. So I'm going to be uploading some shorts. I'm going to be uploading some videos. I may do some videos like the kind Kyle Kowinski does, where he just sets a camera on himself outside and talks about the day's politics. I think I might do a couple of those type videos of just like a politics catch up. And I may do a stream on one of those days from the hotel room. We're going to see like what the internet is like. And, you know, I don't want to commit to it because I may just relax. I've been way behind on sleep. And so I might just sit in the hot tub and catch up on sleep, right? But I'm going to recharge for a couple days and come back and you know, get ready for the battles that are to come, because we got a lot coming up. Put out that work in the shorts. Yeah, dude, Jenny's been doing the shorts. So I've had some help. Dude, Jenny's doing the shorts. But yeah, so we're going to take a couple days off. But look at this, bro. Isn't this hilarious? Let's look at this clip. Look at Trumpy. So nobody really cares about what he's saying, but look at the look, okay? So look at the look here. Trumpy, look at it. He's got his hair done. It looks like his hair's done. It looks like his hair's dyed. He's wearing a little, you know, Thanksgiving sort of turtleneck and a very different jacket for Trumpy. Hipster, New York hipster. This is like, guys, this is like Williamsburg, Brooklyn, right? And so what just happened though, guys? Because look at this tweet right here. This person, Yolanda, says, I can't stop fucking laughing. He went fit shopping and got his hair done after his first date with hot guy Mamdani. Donald Trump, I know what you are. Isn't that funny? Like, dude, he's one day with Mamdani, and Trump is all of a sudden like a Williamsburg hipster, bro. Dude, and yes, Zohran dresses like this. Dude, Zohran dresses like this. Trumpy is smitten. Oh, Trumpy. Oh, is it warm in here or is it warm in here, dude? Dude, we know. Dude, we know what's going on. We know what's going on. But can I just show you, though, he has fallen hard. Much to the chagrin of the MAGA faithful, guys. The MAGA faithful are not happy about this. Dude, should we set a dance party goal? Here, let's get a dance party goal going. Hold on. Let me fucking fix this shit. All right? Let me fix this. We're going to get our dance party goal going for the night. What the fuck is going on? Oh, there we go. There it is. All right. Dude, let's go. Bubba Mamdani. Thank you, Imperio. Thank you, Elon. All right. Dance party goal incoming. We'll go 45. Dance party on Pine Box. Dude, I'm going to get the Pine Box. Oh, wait. What the fuck is going on? Dude, what are we doing? Dude, bro. Dude. Dude, somebody take the internet away from me because I don't know how this fucking operates. All right, there we go. All right, let's go. Dude, I broke it. But, so, dude, so, yes, they are freaking out. I found this clip today on the internet, guys. Can I just tell you? And I think this clip relates. But, dude, look at this video right here. You ready? This video, okay, is from yesterday. Remember 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀 here. Yesterday, he was the guy who asked the question about taxing white neighborhoods. Remember him? Remember 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀? He's the one who tried to entrap Mamdani. I just made a video about it. And Mamdani was like leaned over with Trump and they laughed at 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀. And then 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀 fucking, you know, totally got like his ass handed to him. One Pine Box for Xmas filled by Trump, please. Yes. Let's go. So watch this moment, okay? Watch this moment because now these reporters, everybody in Trump's press room are like right-wing shitters. They're all MAGA shitters. All of these guys are, okay? They are. They're all for like OAN, you know, News Network, RSBN, Lindell TV. Jack Posobiec's right-wing bullshit is called human events. Okay, and yes, Posobiec is a J6er. Posobiec is a white supremacist, right? Here you go. You ready? I mean, I'm going to show you. Actually, instead of looking it up, I have it on my hard drive here. Posobiec was well known for his little... Posobiec was well known for this image, right? This is Posobiec and Joe Biggs of the Proud Boys, all right? He's a known white supremacist. He is the Pizzagate guy. He started the Pizzagate the Pizzagate propaganda. He is a total propagandist, right-wing hack, okay? Just a trash human being. But so watch him, okay? Because watch what happens here, because this guy asks about Trump, do you feel safe here? And Trump says, yes, I do. But watch Jack's face when Trump says, I actually agree with a lot of what Zohran says. Watch his face. He has an internal meltdown and he fucking walks out, bro. And I mean, these guys were hardcore Trumpies. This guy is a hardcore Charlie Kirk guy. All right, you ready? Watch this. It's amazing.
Would you feel comfortable living in New York City under a Mamdani administration?
Yeah, I would. I really would. Especially after the meeting. Absolutely.
What makes you comfortable?
We agree on a lot more than I would have thought. I want him to do a great job.
Dude!
I help him do a great job. You know, he may have different views. But
Did you see his eyebrows?
We were discussing when Bernie...
Did you see his eyebrows? Watch his eyebrows, bro. It like hits him and he's like, I am out of here, dude. And he walks.
What makes you comfortable?
We agree on a lot more than I would have thought. I think he's... I want him to do a great job. And we'll help him do a great job. You know, he may have different views. But in many ways, you know, we were discussing when Bernie Sanders was out of the race, I picked up a lot of his votes. And
Dude, then he's talking about Bernie.
Because he was strong on not getting ripped off anyways, you know.
Dude, then he's talking about Bernie.
We were discussing when Bernie Sanders was out of the race, I picked up a lot of his votes. And people had no idea because he was strong on not getting ripped off in trade and lots of the things that I've practiced and been very successful on. Tariffs.
Yeah, dude, Posobiec is out, boss. He is out, bro. Oh, man. So it's intense, okay? Because Posobiec is a core. He was a core Trump supporter, guys. Just a core Trump supporter, right? And he is a Charlie Kirk guy. He is he's definitely a, you know, Nick Fuentes guy too, but he doesn't really, he's not like an open, he's more subversive, right? Like one of the things we have now in MAGA that's happening is this, is that a lot of MAGA is on the Nick Fuentes team, okay? There is a ton of MAGA that is on the Nick Fuentes team, but they won't say it. They won't outright promote Nick Fuentes because they know that Nick Fuentes is a little too controversial. So a lot of MAGA that is pro Nick Fuentes just keeps it on the DL because that's why they like Charlie Kirk so much. Charlie Kirk allowed them to mainstream that Nick Fuentes shit and just sort of like wipe the edges of it and make it more palatable. Okay, but they're all like, it's all the same shit. Yeah, MTG2, dude, she is absolutely, you know, Nick Fuentes. She is right up there in that shit. But yeah, dude, he walked out, bro. He had to bounce, okay? He had to bounce. And now, though, this is part of the MAGA rift, guys. This is a huge, and I mean, these are the guys, though. Posobiec, he doesn't like the H-1B visas. He doesn't like the 600,000 Chinese students. And I mean, you know, these guys they know now, right? They know that Trump is not with them. They know that he's a con, okay? Which is crazy because, like, how the fuck did they not know that he was a con before? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be an idiot, you know, but I guess I guess to them, anyone who parrots their shit, they will align with. I see that all the time, right? Right? You see that, don't you? Where anybody can parrot their shit and they're just like, I see, this person's great. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they're a rapist or, got 𝗙𝗍𝗹𝗹𝗻 in their fucking phone. It does not matter at all. Dude, Martine, let's go. Let's dance the night away. Let's go. There it is. Dude, he was there, Con. Yes, that's true. Information. Dude, yeah. But yeah, they're pissed though. They are pissed. Okay? They are. They are, and you know what this was though. This, guys, this is the work of one man. Okay? One man made this happen, guys. And his name is not Robert Paulson. His name is Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? Jeffrey Epstein was the one man who was able to do this to Trump. Isn't that funny? That, like, Trump and Epstein, Trump undercut him. Like, Epstein's, stealing girls. They're both trafficking. They have this feud over Trump buying that property. Trump kind of sells him out. Epstein is mad. Trump kills him. And even after Epstein's dead, it is he that will take all of Trump's political clout and make it disappear, bro. From beyond the grave, dude. Because it's the fear of the Epstein shit coming out that has just put the kibosh. That's where Trump lost it. I mean, he went to his go-to. It's a hoax, a Democrat hoax. It's a hoax. He thought he could hoax it and it was going to go away. And it's not going away. It turned out to be the legislative loss. 427 sad Republicans voted for this shit. And now he's going down, right? Now he's going down. Dude, I don't think anyone should make a movie about Epstein. You really shouldn't. I mean, there's some great documentaries about him. And if you want to make a documentary about the guy, fine. But I don't think anybody should make a movie about Epstein, because if you do, you're going to humanize him. You're going, like, when you make movies about villains like that, it humanizes them. You have to have an actor that people love or love to hate. It's just, they should not do it. Fuck that. You know what I mean? If they made a movie about one of the survivors, they should make a movie about Virginia Giuffre, right? That I would be for. Make a movie about her, right? But don't make a fucking movie about him, dude. Not now, not ever. Dude, fuck that guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dude, fuck that guy. And yeah, we don't have the full picture, but just, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? What about serial killer films? I mean, dude, I'm not a huge fan of serial killer films either. They're usually always shitty, right? Right? They are. They're like, mostly they're fucking trashy. You like that Ted Bundy film, dude, with the Ted Bundy movie, a fucking whatever, extremely shocking and whatever. That movie was fucking terrible, bro. That movie was so bad. Dude, it was so bad. It was one of the worst movies. Dude, the Dahmer one was a little better, because at least I feel like they captured the spirit of it. But that fucking extremely shocking whatever, that one, dude, so bad. And it was made by the same guy who did the Ted Bundy tapes, or the Conversation, whatever, which was a great, right? It was a great fucking, it was a great, like, documentary. Yeah, Pluribus is pretty good. The Dahmer one had a living victim re-traumatized. I'm sure it did. Dude, the Dahmer one was well made, at least, I think they should make a movie about Virginia Giuffre, though. Right? Yeah, the Dahmer series was good. Dude, the Dahmer show was like, the Dahmer situation was crazy. But yeah, dude, fuck Epstein, bro. Right? You live down the road from who, Shock? You live down the road from Epstein? Right? Zac Efron. Dude, Bundy. Yeah, Zac Efron was, dude. The thing about this, guys, the thing about the people who play serial killers is a lot of times people play them like weirdos, and they're just not. Serial killers, the one thing that every serial killer for the most part has in common is that you would never suspect them. Okay? They are charming, affable. You know, people might think they're a little quiet or whatever, but they never exude that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? They never exude that kind of energy. Yeah, for the most part. You know, there's a few exceptions, but for the most part, they are charmers, boss. When I say Trump killed Epstein, I need to say allegedly. No, I don't feel like I need to say allegedly. I think it's pretty obvious that fucking Trump had something to do with that one. Right? Dude, I'll let my lawyer say allegedly. Dude, come on. Dude, there are some exceptions, right? But most of them are like really fucking, you know, fit in. Dude, this shit though, guys, like these MAGA influencers are fucking having, like, they're falling apart. Dude, look at this shit. Look at this with Benny Johnson. Okay, you ready? Watch this. Watch this clip with Benny Johnson, guys. This is what's going on. Okay, let me just tell you that we have a weird dichotomy going on, okay, where on the one hand, right, on the one hand, MAGA is fractured. A lot of the major influencers are starting to turn on some element of MAGA. They're like, the paid ones tend to hold it not against Trump. Okay, a lot of the paid ones, like Benny Johnson, he'll get mad at Mike Johnson. He'll get mad at Congress, but he won't ever hold Trump accountable because he's like the Trump point man. And then if they're not a Trump point man, they're going to hold Trump responsible. Okay, but everybody's sort of grabbing a hold of who's bearing responsibility. Okay, because the fracture's happening. You see people defecting to the Tucker Carlson Candy O camp, and then there's people moving toward the Groyper Nick Fuentes camp, and then there's people that are hardcore Trumpies disavowing everybody and saying everybody's turning on Trump. A lot of them are blaming it on MTG. Many of them are blaming it on Trump's advisors. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is a real common ploy I'm seeing where a lot of the hardcore Trump fans are now saying, what's happening to Trump? Everybody who's advising him is like polluting him. So like they just refuse to believe that Trump, this former Democrat who was pro-abortion and pro-transgender beauty queen and fucking, you know, didn't give a shit about the Bible, they still are like, they can't believe that this guy is not a hardcore Christian zealot MAGA. Like, come on, man. Dude, Trump was never a hardcore zealot evangelical MAGA. I mean, he was their leader, right? Trump gender for everyone. Dude. Right? And they're blaming it on his advisors. But look at this bit. In the middle of all this, right? In the middle, because see, Benny Johnson is, dude, they got to be paying him a lot, okay? They got to be paying Benny a lot because while everybody is defecting, everyone is defecting. We saw Jack Posobiec walk out, right? He's like, oh my God, Trump is like a socialist. He's walking out. Trump is running around in his burgundy turtleneck, trying to look good, trying to look Williamsburg for his new lover, socialist Zohran Mamdani. And look at what Benny's doing. Benny goes on Piers Morgan and listen to what Benny says here, dude. This is embarrassing. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Donald Trump is often called the president of the world. Multiple world leaders have called him that. I don't want to call him that, but that's what world leaders have called him because the office itself is so unbelievably powerful peers, and you have military bases all over, and every second there's another world leader calling you for something. And I think there's a reality distortion field in DC that has been very pernicious in our politics in America for the last 50 years, for sure, since the Second World War, where American politicians feel like they have to be the world's police and they feel like they have to be the world's daddy. And that's not why we elected you, damn it. You know, we elected you to be daddy here, to care for your children, which are American.
Oh.
And I think that that's how a lot of administrations, Trump's and many others, have.
Oh, isn't that weird? Daddy. Trump is daddy to care for the children. So now they're looking at the government like a parenting relationship. And Trump's our daddy. Trump is my daddy. We're Trumpy's children. Oh, daddy. Trumpy, I'm your daddy. Come here, little Trumpy children. Dude, leather daddy? Oh, shit.
Have gotten sort of derailed and have soured with the American people because they do focus so much abroad. And it's like this lack of an ability to focus domestically here on a country that has a ton of problems, like a lot of real problems for real Americans. And they're the stakeholders in this nation. They're the ones who elect you. You should have allegiance to absolutely no one else other than this nation and its voters, and you should care for them like your own children. That's your job. That's why we pay you, and that it's actually your moral duty.
All right, so now Benny here, though, like not seeing the forest for his own trees. Do you see peers nodding along like, yes, Trump is the daddy. Trump is the daddy of our children. Like, Benny, you're such a knowledgeable guy. Right? He is literally just talking out his ass. Okay, daddy for the American children. But like Benny's like, it's your moral imperative to be daddy and take care of all the American children. But it's like, dude, what are we talking about? Dude, Trump hates all the fucking blue states. He attacks the blue states. So does Benny. These guys, if they could take away all federal benefits from every blue child in America, they would in a heartbeat, right? But Benny's out here pontificating about being daddy, right? And meantime, though, it gets worse, right? Because you know what else Benny's doing? Dude. So the other thing Benny's doing is he's basically getting paid to make Trump propaganda. Okay, so he's making all these videos of like the Trump Hotel in Chicago. He's doing ads. I'm turning it off because of the music. And right, of like he goes to the Trump Hotel in Chicago and there's like a Christmas tree and the kids are running out of the thing. Right? Oh, look, daddy. Oh, it's a 𝗙𝗍𝗶 snowman. Right? And he's like, look at all this shit. Look at how crazy our world is. Oh my God, the baby's like, dude, the tree's not gonna grape me, is it, daddy? Right? Trump will still skin. Look at that. Whoa, look at this. Look at how we're living, America. Right? It's like you guys, you can't afford to buy a steak. Right? Fox News is telling you to go get some hamburger helper. But look at how great we're living here. When I'm like, propping up propaganda for Donald Trump, the 𝗙𝗍𝗶 snowman, you like that? Yeah, dude, right? It's like you guys can't afford your health premiums and you can't afford to buy a ribeye, right? And, you're going to have to give your kids a plate of coal, right? Dude, seriously, you ready? Hold on, here we go. Here it is. Let me show you. You ready, guys? It's amazing. Dude, right here. It's like your Thanksgiving dinner was $9 cheaper, but that's what you get. You get a paper plate with some coal, right? This is what America's eating for Thanksgiving. And this is the way Benny's living for Thanksgiving, right? In his luxury fucking crazy Donald Trump hotel room that's like $2,000 a night, right? Dude, there you go. Right? Oh, shit. So it's a different world. All you have to do is propagandize the Epstein rapist, and you get to go to the Trump hotel, right? So Benny is just showing us how he's living it up, boss, right? This is Benny reminding us how great it is to be a propagandist for Trump. Now, he's been making these videos all day, guys, okay? He has. He's been making these videos all day. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that he's getting paid. That he's getting paid to do it. That condo looks like a hotel room. Dude, it's the Trump, that is a hotel room, right? Isn't it crazy? Pine Box dance party, let's go. Dude, we gotta go back. Thank you, Pinky. We missed a couple. America first is the new code phrase for I'm a bigot. Yes, Katie Mullins, you're welcome for the show. Thank you. Appreciate you. Getting that dance party. Dude, Battlefield says we should push the issue that they think it's his advisors. Point fingers at Stephen Miller. God damn it. Yes. Good idea. Oh. And does that get us caught up? I think it does. All right. Let me double check here. And yes, because I got Martines. All right. Dude. But look at this, dude. Look at the other one he did. He's been making these videos all fucking day, right? Here he goes. The site our children woke up to this morning. But they all have like shitty music attached to them. They all have like Disney music attached to them. So he's look at the sites my children woke up to this morning. Dude, Green Ghost, just cuz. Let's go. Thank you, boss. Right? Look at the view my children woke up to this morning. Right? Yeah, Christmas, and it's not even Thanksgiving, bro. And then he did another one. He's like doing photos, right? Then he did this one too, which is, ready? Here he goes. He says, watching Christmas fireworks explode at eye level, all-time core memory. 10 of 10. Make big memories with your kids while they're young. They'll last a lifetime. Now, here's the problem. As somebody who's a parent who's raised a kid, right? Like my kid's 20 now. Dude, these kids, none of these kids will remember this, okay? It is 100% forgotten. None of these kids, okay, are going to, this one may have a chance, the tiniest chance of remembering it, but none of these kids will remember this at all, right? And not at all. Not even remotely, okay? Like most of the shit, you know what I'm saying? They'll like, you know what's crazy is even with me, me and my kid have a great relationship. And like most of the things my kid remembers are like me throwing his science notebook on the floor, being frustrated with him. You know, let's be honest. Dude, most of the shit they remember is like when you lose your temper with them, right? And then you're like, remember that time I took you to have this big adventure? And they're like, no. But I do remember when you threw my science notebook on the floor and told me I'm like never going to amount to anything. They're like, that I remember. And I'm like, fuck. Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, right? Dude, isn't that funny? Your earliest memory was 6. I mean, I have a couple memories from like kindergarten. I have a couple, like the one memory I have of kindergarten is climbing on the jungle gym and falling through it and my head hitting every metal thing on the way down. Bing, bing, bing. You remember those open metal barred climbing things? I remember that's my kindergarten memory is falling inside one of those and my head ping-ponging. Yeah, damage flashback. Exactly. Dude, Willem says, come Jack, keep this one going. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, it's crazy. But so here it is though. Look at him. Dude, again with the Disney music, right? But they're watching their own private like fireworks display or whatever from the hotel room. And it's so funny too, because people in the comments are like, yeah, this is a real core memory that you're filming and putting out on the internet with Disney music for a bunch of people. Like, how much are you getting paid? Like, I think he's getting paid, dude. He is getting paid to do this. Dude, yeah, this is just a YouTuber. Dude, Marisol, let's go. Don't forget those 9 irons for all our friends. 'Cause, 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 Now, I will say that the hotel room and the view is fucking fantastic. Okay. And again, guys, I have no problem. Okay. We went to Hawaii. In 2021, after the pandemic, after I blew up playing Fortnite, we went to Hawaii and we rented a penthouse hotel with a fucking deck in Waikiki. That was amazing. And it was expensive and it was huge and it had the crazy views and beautiful view of the beach and shit. And it was massive and it was incredible. And yes, I went there, but I wasn't going to like film the whole thing and rub it into everybody. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like live streaming, look at how great I am. But also though, I would never do that in a Trump property. Okay, there's no way. You could not pay me to fucking do a Trump property. I don't have a problem with fancy hotel rooms. In fact, I love them. Dude, I love, $1,000 a night hotels. I love them, dude. They're great. Huge windows. They're beautiful. The concierge takes care of shit. You leave your sunglasses in the fucking car. You just dial a number and somebody brings them to you. You give the guy $5 and it's like, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's like an incredible experience to go and experience that. But there's no fucking way I'm going to a Trump property. Okay? Not a chance. Never. You know what I mean? You couldn't pay me to do a Trump property. And I also, though, it's hard. What's hard about it, guys? It's hard because not everybody can fucking do that. Like, we should all be able to spend a night in a hotel room like this. Like, I don't like the fact that, like, all hard workers can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to find an immigrant family that, is working hard and they'd be able to go for a weekend at this hotel and enjoy it. Or, any fucking lower income family in America. Because everybody should be able to stay in a hotel room like this and not fucking, you know what I'm saying? At least once, everybody should be able to have a lifetime experience like that. I've always thought everybody should be able to walk out on stage and have a audience full of 10,000 people clapping for them. Like, we all deserve to feel that shit. But again, though, what I don't like about this is he's posting this shit. He's posting this shit while we're all struggling. And yeah, no Trump properties. But it's like we're struggling. The economy is terrible. Trump has added tariffs. We got high taxes. Insurance premiums are going through the roof. People can barely afford groceries. Steaks are like $30. And he's like, hey, look at how great my family is. Let me put some Disney music on this Trump advertisement. And I mean, people are excoriating him in here, right? People are fucking like, he's definitely getting paid to do this. But dude, this is right here, dude. This is why so many are downtrodden. The top 20 live the life of luxury and the bottom 80 are fucking struggling. You know what I'm saying? This guy said, you deserve it. You do a great job sharing Christian values. Hold on. We gotta respond to this guy. Dude, gotta give the Andrew Tate. Let's go. Dude, Jesus would not be hanging out in this hotel room, guys. Okay? If Jesus came back, Christian values, like touching kids. Dude, if Jesus came back, right? He would not be in the penthouse of the Trump hotel, bro. He would not go up there. Dude, they would throw his ass out. Dude, Jesus couldn't even walk into the Trump hotel. He would get shown the door. He would be flipping tables. Yeah. And I mean, you want some Christian values while we're on here? Let's go find Robert Morris, Trump's spiritual advisor. You ready? Here's a good video of Robert Morris. Let me find the video. Here's the video of Robert Morris being led away. Christian values.
I'm just happy that it is over. I feel.
All right, so in case you're wondering what's going on here, this guy right here, this is Robert Morris. This is Donald Trump's spiritual advisor who was just arrested for raping a child, okay? This woman right here, when she was like 12 years old. For several years, Robert Morris raped her, and her parents like put the pastor and their daughter together. They wanted the pastor to help her, and he went and stayed with them for a while, and he was raping her for years, okay? This was Trump's spiritual advisor. There's Robert Morris, and here he is. You ready? Let's look at Trump and Robert Morris. There they are. There they are. I mean, look at him, dude. Jesus, dude. He looks like a fucking chipmunk with like shoe grease on his face, bro. Holy shit. But let's find the clip of Trump. There's a clip of Trump talking about Morris. There's a video. There he is.
I want to thank Pastors Robert Morris and Steve Dullen. They're great people. Great people with a great reputation, I have to say that. Great reputation.
Wait, do you mean this?
Yeah, great people with a great reputation. There he is, great people, Trumpy. Only the best diddlers for Trumpy.
I'm just happy that it is over. I feel good about it. It's behind us. What does this feel like?
Dude, let's go. There you go. Good Christian values, right? Those are the good Christian values that Benny has been promoting. Dude, isn't that wild? Dude. But yeah, so Benny's whole timeline is now him. Yeah, and look at what he's got, dude. He's got the Benny shop. Okay, the Benny shop Christmas ornaments. And look at his Christmas ornaments. There's a Trump McDonald's. There's the racist one with the sombrero on Hakeem Jeffries. You got the garbage truck. You got fucking RFK Jr., right? You got Melania Trump wearing her little hamburger outfit. There's a stealth bomber for whatever reason. Dude, a Trump 2028. Dude, what are we doing, boss? Dude, jingle balls, jingle all the way. Now, one thing that is curiously missing from Benny's little vacation here, okay? One thing that's missing from Benny's vacation is they don't show, there's no footage of Benny, you know, in the neighboring hotel room with one of the TPUSA boys, right? There's no footage of his wife crying in the hotel bar, all right? His wife, by the way, there's Benny's wife. Yeah, she blocked me. She didn't like me, dude. His wife, dude, oh Lord, that's funny. Yeah, Nurse Kate, no, she's not a fan. Oh Lord, she is not with 𝗙cie and Melania. No, she's got like 4 or 5 kids or something. Dude, her whole life is, you know, she's a nanny who cries in the hotel bar while her husband fornicates with TPUSA, you know, youth. That's it. That's what she does. Dude, isn't that funny? Wife his beard. Yeah, wife. You say, all right, guys, let's check in. We got 8 minutes. Oh shit, 9 minutes. We need 12 and 9 to get this dance party rolling. So now we gotta hustle. We're gonna put on some music and we're gonna hustle and get this fucking dance party going. 12 and 9, baby. 12 and 9. And then we're gonna move on to the next adventure. top tier roasting. I'm pretty good at roasting, guys. I had a lot of practice. Okay, I had a lot of practice. My dad was a good roaster. He was, dude. Even though my dad was a super toxic guy, he gave me some skills at both dancing and roasting and being able to sort of like go into a room of any kind of people and just mingle, right? I got that from my dad. Thomas Paine, pilgrims did not celebrate Christmas as they believed it was not a biblical holiday, was associated with pagan festivals and excessive feasting. It was, guys. Christmas, like Jesus was born in the spring, okay? And all of the holidays were pagan. When Constantine adopted Christianity and realized Christianity could be used to give him divine power, nobody wanted to buy into it. And they wanted to force everybody, so they kind of like made a deal in a way with the pagans, and they took all the pagan holidays and turned them into Christian holidays so the pagan people could celebrate on the same day. And that's partially how they like swung the population over to Christianity. So Easter and fucking, right? Easter and Christmas, all these holidays, they have nothing to do with Christianity whatsoever, right? The bunny rabbit, right? The Easter bunny and you know, Christmas tree, all of that is fucking pagan, dude. Benny always has adjoining rooms for his boys. He does indeed. All right, guys, we're halfway there, guys. We got 6 minutes and 45 seconds to get 10 to bring home the dance party. We can do this. Right? Oh. Saturnalia? Let's go. Yeah, dude, the like Jesus was not born in December. Okay? I mean, they don't have an exact date, but they know he was not born in December. Right? He was not born in the winter. Stop the stupidity. Let's do this. There it is. Oh! Jesus never existed, right? I think Jesus existed. I think he was just a regular dude, right? I feel like there's plenty of historical evidence of the dude Jesus, right? Tapped out your card? Dude, you did great, boss. All right, 9 and 5, baby. 9 and 5. We got this. He was a populist. Oh my God, dude. Katie Johnson, Nurse Kate, Kate Johnson. I never looked at that. Yeah, I don't really even care, dude. You know what I'm saying? Hash smoking, shroom taking, Middle Eastern hippie. I mean, he was definitely a hippie, right? Dude, yeah, he was just a carpenter rabble rouser. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he was like a fucking, you know, he was like Zohran Mamdani, but a carpenter, right? Dude, all right, guys, 5 minutes. We need 9 and 5. We're down to the wire. Are we going to get this dance party or we not? We're going to go big or go home. It's crunch time, baby. Let's go. Let's go. He was good with wood. Dude, I'm good with wood. I'm very good with wood. Let's go. Dude, yeah. I'm okay. The time is running out. 4:20. Oh, there we go. Dude, 𝗙cie_𝗶𝗹𝗀 dance party. Let's go. All right, here it is. Dude, stop the stupidity with one more. Let's go, baby. All right. 8 more. 8 and 4. 8 and 4. I'll give you a little taste. Woo! I drown in pink. Here we go. Dude, it's crunch time. It's nerve-wracking when we get down to the last 4 minutes. 7 more. All right. Dude, did I miss one? Or am I just miscounting? Yeah, no, I didn't miss. All right, 7. Let's go. 6 LFGO dance time on one for the Pine Box Fund. Let's go. Thank you, Social Butterfly. Dude, now we're killing it. 3 minutes. We need 6 in 3. It's doable. Hung out with Bedouins. Jesus would have partaken in religious substances. Dude, I mean, they used to partake in substances. Religious figures, they were usually reserved for the priests and for the, the shaman. Dude, all this, the way that like religion has gotten contorted in America is like just frightening. Last one of 3 from Willem. Let's go, buddy. Thank you, boss. You always come through, boss. You are crazy. 5 more. 5 in 245. We got this. Dude, yeah, I gotta tell you guys, growing up as a kid in small town like Wisconsin, 4, 3, here we go. Here's my chip-ins from Betty Goldblum and another one from Stop the Stupidity. Let's go. Dude, make it 4. Oh shit. Let's go. Make it 4 from Exclusive. Oh my God, there it is. And just like that, we're in. Dude, FML podcast, let's go. Shake It, Don't Break It from Green Ghost. And just like that, dude. Whoa, shit. Oh, dude, Elon's getting fucking thumped, bro. There it is. Let's go. Oh, yeah, dude, Social Butterfly, Political Punk rocks, Solidarity, let's go. Dude, so what I was gonna say is as a kid, I lived in a town of 3,000 people. I went to church every Sunday. I was forced to go to Sunday school every Sunday. I eventually went to Bible studies. I grew up in a very small Midwestern town. Thought Trumpy's fit was from Dumb and Dumber. Oh, shit! It was Elkhorn and also Watertown, which at the time had 10,000 people. And in Watertown, we went to this church outside of town called Ebenezer Moravian Church that is still around. Dude, proud liberal Rudy Giuliani crashes out on Newsmax about Mom Donnie. Oh, shit, put the link, dude. Put the link. I want to see that. I want to see that. Throw the link in Discord. But what I want to say, guys, is I have watched, I feel like I have watched the Christian doctrine in America get so corrupted. Like Christianity now is so corrupted. It is like, dude, Brooklyn Rose, let's go. Love your shows, rock on. I will rock on. It's just impossible to overstate how corrupted it's gotten. Redbone, let's go, baby. We love you, Redbone. Good to see you. I mean, as a kid, like, religion was like, it was like people looked at like Jesus when I was a kid. I can't speak for all the churches, but when I was a kid, people looked at Jesus as like the ultimate good, right? Patient, kind, empathetic, caring, compassionate, no judgment. And so they aspired to be that. They were like trying to root out their judgment, their hatred, you know what I'm saying? Their right, the jealousy they had for their neighbors, or the resentment they had because they felt like other people had more. And I was raised in a church where, this was in the 70s, where people were aspiring to be better humans. Okay. And then slowly but surely, people did start becoming better humans. I think, like rock and rollers came in the 90s and made great strides on gay rights. And there were a lot of people but they were all like leaving religion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's plenty of corruption back then too, but maybe it was just more hidden. And there were some factions of people with like the anti-abortion protesters who were, of course, throwing Molotov cocktails into abortion clinics. So there was an extreme faction, but those extreme factions were like looked at as like extreme for the most part, And then I feel like we really did sort of move away from religion and we start becoming more compassionate. As people fell off of religion, we started advancing women's rights and gay rights and you know, trying to break some of the structures that had held people of color down and shit like that. And we were making great strides, but like now, the Christians now, they don't aspire to be good at all. They're like, we're the only people that have value, and the rest of you are demons, and we don't even have to treat you well because you're demons, you're evil, you know. And now it's just like they're sporting like Erica Kirk's $50,000 rings. They're showing you their $2,000 a night motel rooms they got for supporting a rapist while you're struggling to put clothes on your kids and you can't feed your goddamn family because of them. And your insurance premiums are going to spike. And they're like, look at my $2,000 a night hotel room. And all I had to do was like love the rapist and Epstein's bestie. And you're a demon if you think I'm bad, right? Dude, it's fucked up, bro. You know, it is like so corrupted. And that shift, right? There's like a shift where the religion I grew up with, you were taught to try to not be judgmental, that God was the judge and you were supposed to release judgment. But the modern day evangelical Christian is like, no, we're the judge. They're like, Jesus wants us to be mean, right? Jesus wants us to be mean to the gay people and the trans people. Jesus wants us to attack the non-Christians and the Democrats. They're like corrupted, bro. They're literally thinking that like their God now wants them to be mean and intolerant and hateful and wield power over the enemies. Dude, it's fucking wild, bro. Right? It is some crazy shit. Now, granted, there were a lot of hypocrites back in the 70s. There were absolutely a lot of hypocrites. There were a lot of fake shit. I mean, I noticed from little on, there were certain things that were like, didn't make sense. Like, have you guys been around the Catholic Church a lot? I didn't grow up going to a Catholic church, but there were a lot of Catholic churches in town. And there were a lot. Like Watertown has like, it's like 10,000 people and they had like 30 Catholic churches. They had so many. And so what I noticed as a kid was how the Catholic Church was really severe. Like they would excommunicate women if they got divorced or if they had an affair, but they didn't do it to the men, just the women, right? And they were really strict. No, Watertown, Wisconsin, they were really strict, requiring people to like do penance and confession and all that. But then they would have beer tents with polka bands to raise money, and everybody would get fucking shit-faced. And like guys would be feeling up like the fucking altar girls or whatever, altar people, the girls, the hostesses, whatever they were. I guess there weren't altar girls at the church, but you know what I mean? The girls that were helping the fucking event would be getting felt up by these drunk parishioners. And I mean, shit-faced. They would have these huge beer tents where they would raise a ton of money and everybody would be getting shit-faced. Only altar boys, yes, but they had girls at the churches that used to do like the bake sales, and they would like take your coats at these events. The girls always worked the party events at the Catholic churches, right? And that's what I was talking about. I don't know what they called them, but they were definitely not altar girls, but you know what I mean? But it was so dirty, right? And I was like, as a kid, I was like, wow, this is really fucked up. Like, why are the women being forced to live under different rules, right? And why are the women treated so harshly? And also, why are they making so much money getting everyone hammered? And apparently, like, they don't really have a problem with nasty behavior as long as it's like making them money. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, dude. Some wild shit, guys. You grew up Catholic? Yeah, shit's crazy. I mean, Mom had to get her marriage annulled. Oh, fuck, bro. Dude, that is wild. That's crazy, Allie. Your brother went to Assembly of God? Yeah, no, I have some brothers in Assembly of God. Assembly of God is pretty wild. That shit's nuts. That's where I had my experiences with people speaking in tongues and shit. Right? What am I smelling? It's eucalyptus, and it is. Oh, so good. You got through being confirmed? I was confirmed too in a Christian church, in a Moravian church. We were Moravian, which is Moravian was a kind of like Lutheran or Presbyterian, but it was specific to one guy in Eastern Europe, a guy named John Huss, okay? And he was a guy who started a Christian Moravian church in Eastern Europe, and he was accused of working for the devil, this guy John Huss, and then they eventually arrested him, and they threatened him with, we're going to burn you at the stake, or you can recant everything you've said about your religion. And he refused to recant. And then they burned him at the stake. And he was the guy who started the Moravian church. I mean, I know this because we had to learn all this shit for confirmation and stuff. And there was a golden joke too. I have an uncle, okay? My uncle John was really funny. He was a used car salesman and eventually became a new car salesman who fucking owned car dealerships. And John was had the gift of fucking humor. And I remember him telling a joke one night when they were talking about this in some church service or something, right? And what ended up happening was he was the good thing they didn't name us after that John Huss guy, or they would have called us hussies. Dude, oh shit. That's funny, dude. I'll never forget that fucking thing. You were an altar girl? Did they have altar girls? Let's go. But dude, that was Johnny, my Uncle John, dude. He was so cool. He had a pool table. He had a basement with wood paneling and a bar and a pool table in his basement and all these crazy 70s couches and a record player down there. And I used to love going to his house because we would go down in the basement and we would listen to Benny and the Jets, Paul McCartney and shit, and fucking play pool. And then the adults would come down at night and play pool. And I always loved that. I always loved hanging out with the adults while they played pool and sort of studying how they used to make fun of each other and the way they would interact with each other. I've always, as a kid, I was really interested in human behavior. So I used to just love watching the adults play pool and get drunk and play cards and just sort of analyzing how they, interacted with one another and dude, yeah, he's funny. Hussies, right? Oh shit. You work for the biggest music retailer, you do the tax refunds. Guess who your biggest customers are? Is it churches? I would imagine it's churches, right? Hold on one sec. There it is. Here's our church. There it is, Moravian, and I guess it is Protestant. Okay, it's a Protestant church, right? I'm not super. It was an offsite, and it was the Hussite movie. But there's the guy. I guess Jan Hus. There he is. All right, he was the guy. They were the Hussites, and they became the Moravian church in the early 15th century Bohemia, essentially Czech Republic. Isn't that crazy? And this was the church that was popular in small town Watertown, Wisconsin. Now, here's what's interesting, guys, is looking at you have people like Matt Walsh, who likes to talk about white culture and all that shit, right? Right? Now, here's what's interesting is this was firmly embedded in Watertown, Wisconsin. How did they get into it? Immigration. Okay, because the Czech people and the German people that participated in this religion immigrated to Wisconsin. So what's wild is if you look at all the white people in America, there's no white culture, okay? These white supremacists like 𝗙cie𝗶𝗆𝗍 and fucking, you know, Matt Walsh who want to talk about the culture of white people, there isn't a white culture. There's like 100 cultures, okay? There's Czech, there's Polish, there's Italian, there's French, right? It's like, it's not white. It is, you know, ethnic varieties from specific origin points. Has nothing to do with color, right? Because, you know, Wisconsin is filled with immigrants. Like Wisconsin was just hugely immigrant, you know, knowledgeable. As you're from New York, so different from California YouTubers. Have this weird racism hidden in a clown way. Even liberal Californians have those. Yeah, that's interesting, Green. I've like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in California too. And you know what I think it is though, Green? I have a thought about that. When you talk about even the liberal Californians that have a hidden racism, I think it's a class thing. Okay. I think some of that hidden racism might have to do with liberals that are from the upper class, right? Because, and the reason why I say that is because if in America, okay, in America, if you trace the wealth, most of the wealthy families in America, if you go back far enough, they were like slave owning, right? Most of the wealthy families were slave owning. And so sometimes there is a hidden little like nuggetry of racism, even in the liberal, you know, white enclaves. And it's a more of a class thing, right? The Midwest definitely sort of hides it. I think the Midwest, a lot of them aren't really aware of it, you know? But I mean, I'm like super working class, you know what I mean? Like I lived most of my life growing up. I lived in a house with my parents in kindergarten, first and second grade. And then we owned that one. And then I lived in a rented house with my parents in part of 8th grade. And that was it. Everything else was apartment living for me. Oh, no. We rented a house for half of 3rd grade too. But we grew up in apartments. We lived in very like small apartments, working class. My parents didn't have high school degrees. My dad never even went to high school. So I got to grow up with a very working class background. And then when I went to UCLA, I got to sort of interface with people that were very wealthy. It's really interesting seeing how different it is. You know, there's like advantages and disadvantages to both, of course. You know, you grew up in Redlands? All right, dude, yeah. Dude, Redlands is pretty wild. It's bad to be racist in front of the blacks in Wisconsin. I mean, I would hope it's bad to be racist in front of black people anywhere. You know, that's, I would think, right? But guys, the thing about racism is like, there are some people that are racist and some people aren't racist. They just struggle with racism. And I've seen that a lot. And I mean, I've had it myself. I've had to uncover like my own racism and misogyny and bias. I mean, we all have it. It's like we get programmed with it. If you're a white person, and some of it is just innocuous, you know what I mean? Some of it is just innocuous. Like you would think, I mean, I fought with my kid's grade school about this. My kid went to a upper middle class, neighborhood grade school. And one of the things I pointed out to the principal was how like, hey guys, you realize that this school is like almost all white kids. It's like 99% white kids. And the only black people you expose them to is when they're like saving the poor kids in Africa. Like, can you get some black speakers in here or some black teachers or people in this school where they're seeing black people in positions of authority and power instead of just showing them the poor black kids that need to be rescued by these, upper middle class white kids? And it was shit like that where I'm like, you're teaching the kids that black people are like, can't take care of themselves. Even though you're trying to do the right thing, you need to balance that with black role models, and you need to balance that with showing them black people that are successful. And right, you can't just show them these poor minorities that they're rescuing, you know? You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit like that in our culture where we get programmed. But all right, let's go, baby. Dude, yeah, we're all immigrants. Dude, Wisconsin was all immigrants, man. You know, and you know what's crazy though, guys? Is that shit used to not even, it used to be across color too, right? Like, you know, you go talk to like some old Polish people, right? Or old Italian people and talk to them how it was when their families first moved to America. Okay, there used to be racism across the white boundary too, based on the language you spoke. You know, like Polish immigrants would come over here and nobody wanted to hang out with them. There were a whole bunch of jokes about Polish people. You know what I'm saying? There were a whole, what is this person doing, dude? Later. Sorry, boss. I don't know what you're doing, but you're just fucking taking up space in the chat. We don't tolerate that. Later. Smell you. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, there was a lot of it just anybody different, I guess. And it really comes down to this. You know what I'm saying? It really, guys, comes down to how we manage our fear of different people. Because the thing about, if you look at like racism, if you look at misogyny, you look at all that stuff, it's just a lack of understanding. If you don't understand people, you don't know who they are, you don't know what they're about, a part of you can feel threatened by them being around, okay? And now that's a totally normal, like, biological instinct that was designed to protect you. But now we have the capability to recognize that for what it is and to get to know people and explore and find commonality and find connection. And so the tribalism, yeah, and the fear of the unknown is a totally normal reaction. It's just, it's moving beyond that. And I think, though, with the racism and the misogyny, we also have to have an understanding that the other people may not trust us because of their struggle, right? Like I've said that before. Like sometimes, you know, I will have interactions with certain people of color and they look at me and they kind of resent me from the minute they're around me because I'm a loud, boisterous white guy that gets to be that way with no consequence in the world. So sometimes I meet people of color or transgender people and they just fucking hate me. And I'm like, okay with that. It's like I realize that sometimes I need to earn people's trust because of their experience. It's not even about me. You know, it's like they're just, you know, getting alarm bells because in the past, people like that have fucking just trodden all over them. And so I think having an understanding of how, you know, people might resent your privilege and might resent your ability to move freely, because it's true, right? As a white guy, okay, I was able to have bright pink hair, show up unshowered, be loud and crazy and offensive, and there's just never any consequences for me. I would always get the job. I would always, right? And nobody's going to judge me. Like the white guy can come in and be loud and be an asshole, and everybody may talk about him when he leaves, but there's just no consequences. I'm free to run through the world like a bull in a china shop everywhere. And a lot of other people don't have that, right? Like if you're a black woman and you get in a disagreement with someone and you like raise your voice and lean in to yell at them, they're ready to have you arrested, okay? They're like, oh, she's dangerous, she's violent, right? You know what I mean? Whereas I could fucking scream at the whole room and everybody would just laugh it off and think I'm drunk when I walk out. I mean, we saw that here in Portland with Joanne Hardesty. She was a black woman who is a great city council person, and she aggressively pursued the police reform, and she aggressively pursued the helping of homeless. And man, the media and everybody was always saying she's combative, she's violent, she's unpredictable, she's hostile, right? And she was just being a normal fucking human being, man. But they get fucking tagged it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you gotta like, I think we have to learn to be cool with the apprehensiveness. We got to try to understand it. We do. We have to try to understand it. Had people stop buying produce from you because their customers didn't like that you were trans? Yeah, no. Shiloh, it's bad. I mean, here in Portland, a lot of transgender people like have jobs. They're waiters. They're fucking, right? They're bartenders. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have a pretty liberal community here where they're not relegated to, like, a lot of times transgender people would just have to do sex work because they couldn't get any other jobs, right? But you see it sometimes when somebody who's not from the city of Portland comes in and they see a transgender person and they get like fixated on them. And that happens a lot, right? Like a transgender, if you ever work in a restaurant and you have a transgender waiter, the number of times that customers will complain about them when there's no fucking issue. It's like they're literally on some level, they're bothered that they're transgender, and then they get fixated on it and they find some reason to complain. It's fucking shitty, bro. It is, you know, and fortunately we have a pretty good, like, established infrastructure of humanity here in Portland where it's a safe place, but it's not always, you know, and imagine what it's like being trans in a red state. Can you imagine being trans in Texas? It's like, fuck, bro, you probably can't go anywhere without somebody giving you the fucking stink eye, you know? It's really annoying, you know? It's really annoying. But a while back, I was trying to write a screenplay with a transgender woman, and she just had a lot of trust issues with me. And that's when I really sort of, like, woke up to the reality of, like, wow, like these people have been really hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been really hurt by, like, a lot of fucking people, and they really need us to just be able to sit with their hurt. Even if it gets directed at us sometimes, we have to just sit with it, you know? And I mean, I guess maybe I learned some of this from having a kid, because sometimes you have a kid and your kid is really hurt and they may lash out at you. They may say some shit that is hurtful and shit, but you know that, like, they don't really mean it and they don't need to be attacked for it. They're just really, really hurt. And you just got to give them space to be hurt. And even if some of it gets directed at you, right? There were times where, like, my son would talk to me in ways that my dad would have been like, don't you ever talk to me that way. And I would just let my son talk to me that way because he was hurt and he needed to. And so I needed to just be there and sort of take it for him, you know, and to let him, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to do that, man. And I wish we as a society could fucking do that a little bit better. Like, can I just segue to this tweet, right? There's a tweet that I posted yesterday that I thought was interesting, which is this. Like, look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit, guys. This shit is wild, all right? It's this. Look at this. Okay? This is a sobering thought. Over 400 years of institutional racism. You had slavery for 240. You had black codes, right, for 2 years. You had the KKK. You had Jim Crow for 80 years. You had redlining for 30 years. The war on drugs that is still going. The mass incarceration that's still going. And the 3 strikes law that has been going on for 30 years. So, like, some of this shit is still happening, right? Like hemp. They literally did it, right? Yeah, no, the segregation is included in Jim Crow, but they didn't specifically say it. But yes, but you know what I'm saying? They're like, the hemp is a race thing too. Okay, they want to outlaw hemp and they want to keep marijuana illegal because marijuana is often a product of the black culture. Okay, it's very big in the black culture, and so they want to fucking nope, right? Don't want any white, you know what I mean? Don't want that being legal, right? But what's wild about it, guys, is that the MAGA people here, that the people that want to just forget, they're like, get over it, is what they say. Okay, they say get over it, right? Why are you guys, I didn't enslave you, this, that, and the other. I didn't own slaves, this, that, and the other. But they're like, they want you to get over it. But the same people, guys, the same people here that are like saying you need to get over this slavery thing, this racism, this racial oppression thing, they're the ones that, like, the minute they don't get the top opportunity or something, they think they're oppressed, right? If they don't get the boss job, they're like, I'm being oppressed. Oh my God, the pilot, he took it from a white person. Like, they can't fathom that anybody but a white person get all of the benefits. You know what I'm saying? They can't fathom it at all. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. And that's so toxic to me. You know, that's so toxic to me, right? It just doesn't make any sense, dude. All right. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Then I'm going to come back and we got to look at the MAGA story, guys. The MAGA story is so good. So you may have heard that Twitter has started a new feature that shows you what country the account was created in. Okay. If you go to your Twitter account and you click on the join date, it tells you the date you were joined, the account it was based in, when you got verified, so you can see if you were verified before Elon or after. I got verified as a gamer back in 2021. Your username changes and when the last one happened and where you got connected via the App Store. So now, guys, what has happened is we've discovered how many MAGA Trump accounts are coming from foreign entities. And yeah, the Homeland Security Israel one is, I believe that's a joke. I don't think that's actually true, but we're going to look at the MAGA trolls because this has increased the civil war, guys. You know why? Here's why. Because what's happening is not only are they discovering all these big MAGA accounts are from overseas. No, they turned it back on, Gregs. They turned it off and then they turned it on. They turned it on yesterday, then they shut it down, but it is back on and working. But what they discovered is the MAGA, many of these huge MAGA accounts are from foreign countries. And what's more, though, is it's exacerbating the MAGA civil war because now the hardcore MAGA are convinced that all of the America Firsters are foreign bots. So you know how we know that MAGA's foreign bots and we're like, fuck these guys, they're not telling the truth? Well, now MAGA's having that own battle with themselves. MAGA is now assuming every America Firster is a foreign bot. And it's going to get delicious and it's going to get great because it's all getting exploited. I'm going to put on some music, go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. All right?
chase the days away. Yeah, away. Why listen to what they say? Save yourself for
Another day. This one's coming, it's gone to the wind again. Yeah, again. Yeah. Dude, I always like the guitar tone on this song. Make amends. You've been down for as long as you've ever been. This way's up, but you're down again. It's just like you to pull off what you thought you couldn't think today. The lost stranger, the wonder familiar face, broken hearts made of pieces that shake. I've had one too many of them. So now you pretend. Dude, such a good song. Song brings a lot of memories back. So I had a moment yesterday, guys. Remember yesterday how we had the music sidebar and I talked about the Nymphs, right? And so the Nymphs were like one of my favorite bands. We talked about 𝗙𝗚𝗡𝗏, and I had not listened to the Nymphs in a long time. So last night while I was editing, I went on a deep dive and I started watching old interviews of 𝗙𝗚𝗡𝗏 and old music videos and like live performances of her. And I went back and listened to the Nymphs music, and I had a good cry. And it was wild because like I hadn't realized that a lot of my relationship with the Nymphs when I was 20, 21, 22 years old was connected to like my pain. And you know, it was long before I knew I had been sexually abused and shit. And it was really interesting to go back and listen to it, that I listened to that music and it like a lot of that old emotion just sort of started like pouring out of me. And it was really fucking, I don't know, it was really cathartic to do that while I was editing last night. You know what I mean? And so that, right? That was fucking, I don't know, it's good. I'm really thankful we had that sidebar. And so to answer the question, I saw somebody up here, somebody had asked a question of, do I miss being out every night, like partying or whatever? And I don't miss it. I don't miss the active social life. I mean, I had a very, I think it's probably because I don't have any regrets. You know, I had a super, like my life has been very like amazing and varied. You know what I'm saying? I have been, you know, lucky enough to travel the country and had a lot of fucking, you know, exciting adventures, getting to know like a lot of different types of people. And so I don't know. I don't miss it. I feel like I've done enough to, you know, to get by, because there's another side of me that just likes to be alone. And now that side of me is really fed. I'm alone all the time, but I'm not. I mean, I'm social with the chat, and I'm social with people in my life, with obviously Jenny, my massage therapist. I have a couple friends, you know, that are also very busy. Like people my age are mostly like, you know, trying to, you know, like build up something to leave behind to their kids, you know what I'm saying? Or they're trying to make their mark. But I don't know, man. I feel like I lived hard enough for enough years that I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I am, dude. Now I just want to edit videos and like make an impact on the world, you know? You know what I'm saying? Because I really do enjoy the work I'm doing. Like, I love editing. I do. Like, I don't know what it is about editing. Like, if you're going to be a YouTuber, you have to love editing. But I love fucking editing, right? Yeah, no, absolutely, Steph. Those songs. And you know, it was just really interesting to see how much nostalgia, sort of nostalgic wound, the sort of like the sadness I still had for that person, right? Because when I was 20, 21, and 22, I was like really hurt. I just didn't know it. And as a result, I hurt a lot of people. That's really how it goes. There's nothing wrong with being really hurt. It's just if you don't know you're hurt, you hurt people, you know? And so I hurt a lot of people back then. And you know, and you can't really undo a lot of that shit except by living differently and trying to not fucking hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know, trying to not hurt people in the future. But dude, the Nymphs though are great, boss. What a great band though. That was a great time, man. Dude, my early 20s were wild, you know? They were wild. Pretty sure most musicians know what I'm talking about. About like the lifestyle? Dude, I went into music for real simple things. I mean, as a little kid, I liked Kiss. I liked rock stars. I liked playing a tennis racket in front of a mirror and pretending I was in a big stadium. I liked that energy. I loved music. I loved the sound of it. But then I like got told by a music instructor that I was tone deaf and had no rhythm, so they wouldn't let me take music classes in grade school. They pulled me out of music. My music teacher told my parents that basically your kid is a lost cause, he sucks. And they put me in accelerated math and science. And then pretty soon I was going to junior high, and then half my day was at the high school. And I was like this weird kid that was like, you know, half middle school, half high school. And I was super advanced and accelerated, and I never got to do it. My parents wouldn't give me an instrument. And then I went to UCLA in engineering school, and then I quit college and bought a fucking guitar and was like, fuck it. And eventually I went on to make records where I sang and played every instrument. So obviously that music teacher was full of shit. But again, though, I don't know if I would have played music if it wasn't for that music teacher, because that music teacher kind of like was essentially saying, you can't do this. And everybody who knows me knows the one thing you never want to do to me is tell me like you can't do something. If you tell me something can't be done, like you are pretty much sealing the deal that I'm going to do it, even if it's not good for me. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know, even if it's not good for me, I fucking don't react well to that type of situation, bro. Like when I quit Fortnite and I started doing politics, all the Fortnite kids were sending me messages, right? They were sending me these messages and DMs like, fuck you. You were only like famous because we made you famous. You don't have any talent. You don't know shit about politics. You're never going to make it. And I was like, bro, I actually saved a couple of those messages that I one day will reply back to them with a ginormous fuck you. Like, just so you know, I never forgot about you sending me this message and get fucked on. Because I'm petty like that. Dude, there's a couple that I'm going to send back and be like, fuck you, buddy. What are you doing right now? Nothing. That's what I thought. Guess what I'm doing? Fuck you! Dude, I am really, you know, I'm really competitive, okay? Hold my non-alc beer. Yeah, I fucking don't like that shit. But dude, it kept me going in the many, you know, when I'd have a year of like feeling like I couldn't do it and you know, feeling like maybe I'm not capable of it. And, you know, obviously the universe showed me a lot of signs, all my money disappeared and shit. But I never forgot like that, those people telling me that like, you can't. Cause you know, I definitely can. We can, you know, it's hard. People try to break you down, right? People who believe they can't try to break you down by saying you can't. And not everybody responds well to that. You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody is like that, where if you tell them you can't do something, they fucking get vengeful and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people get really affected by that. If you parents who say you can't, it really wounds kids if they're not that type. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I have that, because I have had a lifetime of a lot of people telling me what I can and can't do. And, you know, starting with an authoritarian father. And it's like I really get, you know, really agitated by that. But you do have to be careful though, right? Because you have to monitor that too, because you don't just want to remember the thing I said about when to quit or like leaving an opportunity. Sometimes if you're really competitive and like, I got to prove it at all costs, I'm going to prove them wrong. Sometimes you end up chasing things that aren't good for you simply to like, right? Simply to out of spite. So I've found that the wisdom of living is knowing when to feed on spite and when to fucking let go. You know what I'm saying? When to like, you know, because sometimes you don't want to fucking just continue because you're trying to spite somebody. That can be very unhealthy, right? If it's not working for you, you know. But this, dude, I've never worked harder in my life, guys, than the Political Punk channel. But I've also, though, I have never felt as satisfied in my life as like showing up here with you guys, you know, and making the content. And like seeing all the comments, like there's so many like people who leave comments, and I see discussions and shit happening in comments. It's really good. It's really good shit. Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. The key is I guess, is being able to respond to a challenge without ruminating on individuals' words. Okay? So like I said, I saved some of those messages, but I haven't ruminated on those people. I've just remembered that like, you know, when there's a bunch of people who think I'm not capable is when I do like to get feisted. Is part of the reason why I love being a swimmer. I don't know if any of you guys ever swam competitively, but I was actually a very good swimmer. And one of my favorite things about it was because of the flip on the jock sort of thing. Like when you're in high school, most of the jocks are big. Okay, they're big, right? The water polo players, the football players, the basketball players, the baseball players, they're big. They're fucking buff, okay? But in swimming, the swimming gods are the ones that are strong and long, lanky, with really good technique, who have endurance. I was a distance swimmer. So I used to go to like CIF, or I would go to like YMCA fucking meets, and you'd see these swimmers that are like really big. And the big guys in high school age always give you attitude, right? Everywhere you go, if you're a skinny guy, a big guy would come up and just sort of bump into you and shit and think like, what's up, little guy? And I used to fucking just kick the shit out of those people. And afterwards, I'd be like, you ain't so big now, are you? Huh? Like, think about that next time, fuck nuts, right? I didn't have fuck nuts in the lexicon back then. But I used to talk some shit after these guys would like march around like they fucking owned you, and then you shit on them in the pool. And you're just like, what's the matter? What's the matter, muscle bound, huh? I don't hear you fucking catcalling anymore, right? Yeah? You like that? How you like me now, right? Dude, I love that. Bro, I'm very competitive. So I used to enjoy that. In particular, if you've ever done distance swimming, right? You know what would happen is like, you know, if you're swimming like 1,000 or a 1650, and you have the big guy who thinks he's all tough, and you just know you're going to wipe the floor with him. So you go out fast, and this guy starts like, oh, you're going out fast. So his ego's all hit. So he gets in front of you, and he thinks, fuck that. I'm not going to let that little guy fucking beat me. I'm going out real fast. And then you just hang at his feet, and you let him. And at about the 700-yard mark, you now have all your endurance because you actually went out fast, but slow for you. And then you turn on the jets, and he's now starting to get tired, and you just fucking leave him in the dust. You start negative splitting, and then at the end, it's just like, where you been, boss? I've been here at the finish line for like fucking 40 seconds, bro. God damn, you're slow. Dude, so fun, bro. Oh, I kind of miss swimming. The psychological game of swimming, dude. It is good shit, bro. Oh, fuck. It's the only place where a skinny boy can really get, like, you really could get your revenge, dude. It's a good sport. Love it. Dude, you love it. You got to do it. Your mom persuaded you to play water polo. Did that for a week. And dude, oh my God, shock. Yeah, I played water polo, dude. Water polo is hard, dude. Water polo is hard. It is like they're big. All the water polo teams were from like fucking, you know, Orange County and shit. Do I still swim? Not really. I mean, I used to when I surfed, but I don't really swim anymore. I've been thinking about joining a master's, like an old person swim team, but I don't really have time for it now. Maybe one day, like when the channel gets bigger and I have an editor, right? But, dude, I did shave for the big races. Like I didn't shave for regular races, but I would shave for like league and CIF and junior nationals and shit like that. But the shaving though wasn't that big of a deal for me. I mean, I did it mostly as a psychological because I was long distance. So the shaving really comes in handy when you're swimming a 50, right? Or 100. When you're doing those short races, like you want to shave everything and fucking, you know, you want your technique to be crazy because in a 100-yard race at a high level, the top 10 places will all be within like a half a second. So any little advantage, microsecond advantage that you can get is beneficial, like down to how your cap fits. I mean, it's really, or your goggles, like if your goggle opens up and takes a little water, dude, your race is a done deal. Dude, Riley got 5th. She did, right? But did I feel weird shaved? No, I didn't mind. I mean, you know, you're on a swim team though. Everybody else was shaved too. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't really have a lot of body hair, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I still prefer no body hair, right? For me, I prefer it. Let's go. Dude, synchro is hard, man. It is, dude. It is fucking synchronized swimming. Those ladies are insane, dude. You shave your balls? Dude, I shave my downtown area, of course. Dude, I like shaving my downtown area. All right, can we watch something else, guys? Dude, you want to see one of the most ridiculous fucking things, yes, I've ever seen in my life? Guys, I'm about to show you the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen, okay? I found this clip, and I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way. We got to do this before we move on, all right? I bookmarked it. But have you seen this clip, guys? Do you guys know who Asmon Gold is? This guy is like a pocket Hassan. Okay, Hassan's very successful doing politics, and this guy is a fucking loser, shithead, like scuzzy, the worst takes ever. Okay, he's just gross, and he's always talking this arrogant shit to a bunch of incel losers. But remember how we were talking about the Arabic numerals, right, yesterday, and how somebody put that Zohran's gonna make people have Arabic numerals? Watch this. This is him on stream when his chat told him that. And watch his reaction. Dude, he's so dumb. But like the reaction, the absolute like, oh my God, like he's worried that the country is over. Like it's, dude. And this guy is a political icon to a bunch of young men, guys. Like these are the people leading some of these people that become MAGA. Okay? You ready? Watch this.
As Zohran Mandami is expected to require all New York elementary school students to learn Arabic numerals? This is happening faster than I thought. Bro, like, god damn. Give me a minute. as Zohran Mandami is expected to...
Dude, what the fuck is that reaction, bro? Like, homie's having a meltdown, right? Dude, he is a fucking human roach. And now, like, I guess all his supporters are like saying, you know, the supporters are like, no, man, he was fucking, you know, he was joking. He was playing a joke. I've seen this guy. I don't think this guy's a competent actor, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem like a competent actor at all to pull that off. So I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he cooked that up on the spot and somehow pulled off a thing, dude. I know it was not him joking. Dude, this guy never jokes. This guy doesn't have a sense of humor. Every time I've watched him, which is not often, because I don't watch garbage content by fucking weirdos, but every once in a while I will stroll in there when there's like some controversy going on after Hassan shits on him or something, right? Then I go in and we'll watch him for a minute. And dude, he's so dumb, bro. He is so dumb. And he's always, every time you go in there, he's like, you know, everyone's intimidated by me because I have a Viking in my background. And, you know, they spot me being the big Viking, right? They can see that I'm a Viking. And then, you know, when they know I'm a Viking, all of a sudden they get intimidated by me because of all my Viking opinions, dude. It's like, bro, you are not a Viking, dude. Dude, you are like, you know, a fucking cellmate of a Viking, maybe, right? Maybe a Viking attaches his chain to you and you become his new fucking Bubba, right? Dude. What is he talking about, bro? It is like so dumb, boss. Right? Oh my God, dude. Dude, fucking crazy. He is just flipping out, boss. Flipping the fuck out, dude. I want to see if there's any good shit that I have left behind here. No, I think we got all that. All right. Oh my God, dude. Dude, you see this? Arabic numerals thing was an IQ test that these MAGA losers failed. It's awesome. It is indeed, wild card. Let's go. Oh, look at this shit. This clip right here, dude. This clip is really bothersome to me. All right. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is another, you know, Sean Duffy, right? A reality TV star who knows nothing about fucking travel, okay? And he's out there talking about, you know, here's the problem with air travel, right? But look at what he says here, dude.
People dress up like they're going to bed when they fly. You know, I see people getting on airplanes and they're having a hard time taking their luggage and getting in the oversized or the above bin. Help people out, be nice, be courteous. And so we want to push people as we come into a really busy travel season. Help people out, be in a good mood, dress up, bring civility back to travel. And I think everyone's experience is going to be that much better.
Dude, dress up, bring civility back to travel. But here's the problem, guys. The problem, and I love these comments, right? Watch this, okay? Let's look at these comments because here's the problem. Okay, the problem is air travel used to look like this, okay? You used to get on a plane and you used to actually have a seat where you were comfortable, where you could go in and you could stretch out and everybody had elbow room and shit. And like now, you are like on top of people. Like I get in a seat and I can barely move my elbows without having my elbow in somebody else's fucking crotch, bro. The seat in front of me is like right in my face. For me to take a sweatshirt off and put my sweatshirt in my bag is like a 12-minute contortionist act. You know what I mean? They herd us in there like fucking cattle. They, like the airlines themselves, have no civility towards us. You know what I mean? They have dehumanized us to the point of where we're squeezed into a seat where you can't even be comfortable. It's like in a coach flight, it is impossible to not have a cramp somewhere, right? It's impossible to not have a cramp in a leg or a hip or whatever. Like, you simply can't not be cramped, and you're paying a whole bunch for it, and you have to pay to fucking check your luggage now, right? You have to pay for everything. You have to pay to have a decent beverage. They give you a beverage. They don't even give you the can anymore. They just pour half a can in your little cup, and the prices keep going up. And if they fuck you and change the flight or cancel some shit, now Sean Duffy made it so they don't have to compensate you, right? Sean Duffy, while he says this, be civil, dress up, they have simultaneously removed every protection for the flight person, right? And then they're saying that the real problem is you guys aren't civil enough. You haven't dressed up enough. You're not bringing the right attitude to us, taking a whip to your back while you travel. It's like literally they have made it so air travel is like kind of oppressive in a way. If you're not in first class, it's oppressive. And then they're saying like, you're not being like, you're not responding to the oppression with the appropriate amount of happiness. And yeah, they're just sucking the money out of us like there's no problem. You know what I mean? Dude, right? It's fucking crazy, boss. It is crazy that the fucking the reality of travel, dude. Dude, this is amazing. What an image. There you go. That's me. That's what I'm wearing on my next flight, right? Dude, let's go. Speaking of flying, when pigs fly. Dude, oh shit. Isn't that funny? And like what he says here, what Gavin says, Sean Duffy eliminated fines for airlines that delay or cancel your flights, making it easier for them to disrupt your travel. His grand alternative, wear a nice dress on the plane, right? Get dressed up, right? Dude, isn't that wild? Yeah, wear this on the plane, dude. Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, isn't that funny? Right? Dude, it's fucking, this is funny. Wear something really fabulous. Select that special dress with an extra dash of savoir-faire, right? Accessorize with a silk Hermes scarf, and always remember to curtsy the handsome captain of your air flight. Dude, so the guy, though, the guy who says we're supposed to be civil and more nice is working for the dude who calls women piggy, right? He's working for the dude who made fun of disabled people. He's working for the dude who, calls everybody names. Nasty shit, right? Dude, the beatings will continue until morale improves. Oh, shit, that's good, dude. Dude, that is amazing. I love that, dude. Thank you, Eddie. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Oh, I'm stealing that one. But, guys, these guys are so fucking crazy. And look at what his response was. Sean Duffy said, not true, Gavin. Unlike your mask mandate, our attire recommendations don't impede on American civil liberties. Look your best, feel your best, and don't worry, you can still wear your skinny jeans. But, dude, Donald Trump did the fucking lockdown, boss. What is Sean Duffy? He's blaming the mask mandate on the governor of California. What a fucking weirdo over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? These guys are so stupid. They're so fucking dumb, bro. You know what I mean? Right? Dude. Right? On our way to Daytona, fucking POTUS. Taxpayer, dude, he's flying on taxpayer jets, taking his family to Daytona. Dude, you know what they say, guys. Good artists borrow, great ones steal. I am a great artist. So when you bring good shit into the chat, I will definitely be heisting that shit. Probably tweeting it. Dude, all right. All right, you ready? let's look at this next shit, guys. We got to look at these MAGA accounts. Okay? I did bring, we got to look at the fucking MAGA accounts that are doing this shit, right? This is your, when you see that MAGA account, guys, that is telling you, telling you off, and they're fully supporting Donald Trump, and they're like just swarming your replies, having conversations. Here's who they are. This is the new fucking, the new MAGA right there. They're coming live from, Istanbul, from fucking India, from Nigeria, from, the Soviet bloc. Dude, the bot. Dude, so here's the thing. You ready? Dude, so there's a couple that are Democrats. Of course, the one that's getting the fucking, right? The one that is getting the amplification on Elon's is the one Democrat. But like, this is crazy. Okay? There's a map, showing where most of the MAGA accounts are coming from. And there's an extraordinary, I mean, this is probably a joke, but dude, all right, red-pilled nurse, okay? A thread of MAGA accounts. Let's look at some of these. So you have red-pilled nurse, okay? This is a big MAGA account, and it was created, of course, right after the election, right? Europe, okay? Then we've got Tom Homan commentary, Homan News, Eastern Europe. Okay, this one is a brand new one, right? December. A lot of these showed up after the election. We have MAGA Nadine, the female bodybuilder, right? MAGA Nadine, Morocco. Dude, this one is great. Dude, MAGA Nadine, look at her. She's the one getting all the MAGA guys. See, a lot of these MAGA troll accounts are playing women. And I'm going to tell you right now, I bet there are many, many MAGA men that are daily interacting and in the DMs of some of these MAGA women accounts where they post like AI photos. Like, dude, you can create a face profile and make a fake AI woman and then put her in any circumstance. There are so many MAGA men right now that are talking to dudes that are like probably like Nigerian or Moroccan or Pakistani dudes. And they may be even sending like dick pics to these guys. For all we know, bro. I mean, some shit is going down, dude, in the MAGA world. MAGA, dude, it's not we are all Charlie Kirk. It's like, no, guys, you are all Benny Johnson. The new MAGA phrase is we are all Benny Johnson. They're getting thirst trapped, bro. Oh my God. Wouldn't it be funny if they like started taking all those dude pics and started putting them online on some website like MAGA Love or some shit? Yeah, they're getting hustled, bro. Here's one, an Ivanka Trump news account made in Nigeria, okay? And you may have noticed this, guys, but this is a real sort of, ever since Elon took over and they gave away the verification check marks, like real news entities used to have a check mark, so you knew it was legitimate. But now what they have is anybody can get a check mark. So now what they're doing is there's every day there's like some news site, Leading Report, which is created by, if you look at Leading Report is one, it's just a Trump propaganda news site, but they have a lot of them now. Okay, but this one, Leading Report, this is one that showed up at the end of the pandemic, okay? It got a check mark. It has the gold star. It's grown very fast. But if you go to their website was all about like the Biden crime family. But this news site, guys, isn't even a real news site, okay? It's created by this guy named Patrick Webb, okay? And it's created by this guy. Okay. This guy created the leading report, and it's just AI news. Okay. And so what he was able to do because of AI, he was able to just post like hundreds of news articles a day on AI, all being written by AI. Okay. And then having a bot army just promote this shit and spread it, spreading propaganda to the point of like, you know, being able to create a narrative that then gets picked up on top of right in Google searches and all that shit. Okay. And so this guy created leading report, but now these have proliferated. Okay. There's now every day there's like Ivanka Trump news, you know, MAGA report, MAGA news, right? And every day more of these AI news sites are coming up trying to dominate like daily narratives. Okay. 11 username changes, dude, in less than a year. That's insane. Okay. Native American Soul. Okay. From Bangladesh. There we go. That's a good one. Nice. And now the other thing, guys, that I want you to be aware of, and I'm sure Shiloh and other people in the trans and the LGBT community already know this, but I want you guys to be aware of it if you don't know this. But some of this infects LGBTQ rights too. And what will happen is they will create an account claiming to be trans or claiming to be gay. And then that account will go around like saying really outrageous shit. Okay. The type of shit that will then get picked up by libs of TikTok, but they're fake. Okay. They're people that say they're trans and then they go and say the worst type of shit that makes transgender people look like what right-wingers say transgender people are. And there's a lot of false flags like that, like a ton. And in fact, I had one that personally attacked. You know what they did? They were using photos of me, guys, when I had pink hair. There was an account pretending to be gay that was filled with my photos, my family, and me. And they had composited me in pictures with babies and shit, saying all this crazy shit. Somebody brought it to my attention. The account ended up getting deleted, but they had created an entire LGBTQ identity that was like using fake photos of me. Let me see if I can find this. It was nuts, bro. Let me see if I can find it. It was old. Dude, I don't remember the keywords. And fake's going to be tough because I probably used that a zillion times, dude. Let me see here. My family, I think. Oh, shit. Fuck, bro. What was it? Fake account, maybe. Yeah, scrolling will take forever. I'm trying to look at keywords that were in my tweet. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here the account is gone. It was Charlie Dunlop 6, right? Hey, go report this account. He's definitely a kid from the gaming community based on his followers. He's using pictures of my family with a fake identity, spreading misinformation by the boatload. Okay, I tagged Elon and Twitter support. I've reported this 4 times yet. I was like tagging reporters and shit. And it was crazy, dude. It was Charlie Dunlop. So that was in 2023. Okay. And it was nuts, dude. Charlie Dunlop. And it had pictures of my family. And then I was saying insane shit, like in the tweets. And it was pictures of me and a baby, like saying, I can't wait to breastfeed and all this fucking stuff, dude. Dude, it was nuts, boss. And so, right? Isn't that crazy? Discuss boatload. Oh, because there's some implied racism in the fucking in the phrase boatload. Is that what you want to discuss? Dude, fair, right? Is that what it's about? Dude, let's go. I'll take it. No? Oh, I thought you were going to call me out for being fucking racist. Because I was like, oh, I could see that. Right? Or you don't like that word? Dude, isn't that wild? Dude, that shit is crazy. Dude, let's go. All right. So what do we got? Oh, this is a good one, dude. Ultra MAGA Trump 2028. That is from Nigeria. Let's see. Let's find that account. There it is. Look at this one. Dude, USA, Washington, D.C. Whoops. Nigeria. Uh-oh. Dude, isn't that funny? Dude. Dude, make Nigeria great again. And they're still going, dude. They're still going. Talking about the banking system and shit. Oh my God, dude. Dude, fucking crazy. Right? He's not from the US. No, or if you're talking about Ian Miles Cheong, yeah, we knew he's not from the US, but we did get a surprise. I have him muted because I find him so annoying. But if you look at his is UAE, guys, which I thought was really interesting because we know he lives in Malaysia, right? But his account is UAE, right? Which is wild because he supposedly lived in Malaysia, but he moved to Dubai. All right. Dude. Yeah, he is such a goof, right? The amount of, I guess it makes sense for, when you think about it, like the way Elon has made it, right? Think about this, guys. The way Elon has made it is they put ads in the replies. So, right, there used to be ads in the timeline, but now the ads are in the replies. So the ads, you need to get people to reply to get the ad money. And anybody who's verified can get the money. So now he's incentivized anybody from anywhere on the planet to create an account saying the most outrageous shit that will get the most replies. And then if you just bought the replies, you're just incentivizing advertising to non-existent people. So the advertisers are getting screwed and you can just make money by rage baiting over and over and over again. And I mean, it's really so toxic. It's so toxic. And it's not just Twitter though, guys. I had some issues with Twitch doing this too, and not so much the rage bait thing, but I did go head to head with the fucking CEO of Twitch about how I was upset that they were allowing Twitch channels to like start a stream and then leave the stream on even after they've left their house and just leaving the stream run for days and weeks at a time, running ad revenue to people that were just tabbing the stream. And I'm like, dude, that's fucked up. Because now what's going to happen is our ad rates are going to go down because people aren't going to get any response from this advertising. You're allowing ads to go to nobody, and then we're paying the price for it, And dude, it's just so fucking toxic. And they didn't do anything about it. So I was really upset about that because that's some bullshit, right? Dude, look at these. These are Macedonia accounts. Right? Eric Trump fan, Baron News, Caroline Levitt, Kai Trump commentary, all from Macedonia, right? And MAGA accounts based in fucking MAGA world in East Asia and Pacific, right? We have Mary Miles, Texas from Russia. Oh my God, dude. Let's go look at that one, dude. Look at this. Dude, I work construction. I'm the girl who tells you to learn a trade. Full work videos under highlights tab, bro. Oh, dude. Oh, that must be a fucking commentary. Mary Tiles, Texas. Dude, now it says US, bro. What the fuck, bro? Why is hers changed? All shit. September 2023. What's going on, bro? Dude, Mary Tiles, Texas went down, bro. She got a switch. Oh, VPN. Interesting. VPN. Yeah, but it joined in Russia, though, and it was connected via the Russian App Store, though, right? Interesting. VPN, you think she was VPNing to Russia or she's VPNing to the US now, right? She's VPNing that she's US now, you think, when she does it? Is that what she's doing? That's fucking toxic. Dude, VPN to USA? Yes. Yeah. No, that's totally believable. Did I see that 𝗙𝗍𝗶𝗹𝗀 was arrested? I did not. Dude. Could be to the US. Dude, there would be no reason to use a VPN. I know, dude, you wouldn't want a VPN to be in Russia. I mean, there are some people, obviously, that use VPN because they don't want to be stalked or tracked or what have you, right? But VPNing to Russia is a strange choice because I don't even know what kind of servers they have over there. Like, really? Like, come on, bro. Dude, Mary Tiles, Texas. MAGA scope from Nigeria. Dude, Nigeria is a real fucking popular one. America First from Bangladesh. Thank you, America First. Right? This is, oh, look at this one. This is MAGA Nation X. All right, we got it from Eastern Europe. Dude, let's go. Dude, Harry Sisson, they're attacking him. GOP media, Sri Lanka. Let's go. Dude. That can stand up and account on anyone. What does that mean, Korg? What does stand up mean? Because I know, obviously, as technology goes, guys, we're getting more and more jacked. You know what I mean? Like as technology advances, it's going to get like harder and harder to sort of tell the fakes. I mean, you know, and especially if they start getting predictive AI that where predictive AI like starts changing the videos or whatever based on who's watching it, you know, that could be really frightening to where people are sharing videos, but everybody's not even seeing the same video or whatever, because that shit is like changing as it's being delivered. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I could picture a time where you think you're seeing a live stream, but like not everybody who's watching it is seeing the same video, right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if like the AI video is being like customized to the user watching it? So if 1,000 people are watching one video, they're all seeing a different video that is triggering each of their own individual like fears or whatever. Like this shit is like crazy, which is why one thing I want to tell you guys, I know a lot of you guys put shit in the Discord, in the information chats of like share on stream. But here's what I want to encourage all of you to do. There's a simple stand that we can take, guys. And I think we have to stop consuming AI content, which means if you open up some content and there's not a human being content creator with a face participating in the content, don't watch it, okay? If it's just a fucking loop of some person sitting there, or if it's an AI voice telling you a story, no matter how engaging or juicy that content is, don't watch it. Okay, don't share that. Don't put that shit. I see people putting that shit sometimes in the Discord. Don't even share it. You know what I'm saying? It's like require a human being to exist in the content where they're either on camera while they're doing it or it cuts to the human being talking. And if you don't see the human being, I mean, you can really tell, Green Ghost, if you don't see the face, right, and anywhere, it's usually not a human, okay? Most humans, they have their face. That's how they're making a living. It's their personality, their branding. But for the most part, if you don't see a human being, if you don't see a face, just don't even fucking watch it unless it's a known entity, right? And yeah, I think that's really important. Now, the problem is young people, okay? Kids don't know, right? A kid who's like 8 years old is consuming this shit. And dude, they're so bad. And they always have some voice like, let me tell you, can you believe what Donald Trump did on this day of, right? Dude, yeah, you gotta just drop that shit, bro. Okay? You gotta drop that shit. All right. Dude. Alesia, here we go. Thailand. America deserves a leader who will put our interests first. Trump. Who's up for making new friends today, Alesia said. Oh, thank you, Alesia. Trump is my president, right? From Macedonia. Dude, I mean, Benny did say Trump is the world's president, right? Yeah, dude, guys, I don't even like the AI thumbnails. I'll be honest. I don't like the AI thumbnails, boss. I mean, my primary source of beef for the thumbnails had always been right-wing accounts, but now, like, Keith Edwards is using them, and I really don't like them, and I know he's using them and having a tremendous amount of success, but it really bothers me because if people start using them and that becomes the standard, then we're all gonna have to fucking use them, and I'm sort of annoyed by that because, you know, I get it, it's fucking easy, but like the people don't even look like people. They don't even look like them. It just looks so fake and contrived, and it's lowering the fucking content barrier, right? And so Keith, if you're watching, stop, bro. Come on, bro. Please. Steve Bannon 89 from Nigeria. Let's go. Magadonian from Australia. All right. We got MAGA 100X from Germany. We got a nice dark MAGA from Thailand. Let's go. And MAGA Musk from Nigeria. Now, I don't know about you guys, right? But I have a philosophy, okay? Let me just tell you, anytime I am in the comments or whatever I get in my replies, every time I see an account that was created in like September of 2025, or right, if I get an account that was made in the last 3 months arguing some MAGA shit, I automatically block it. Okay? I automatically block the like brand new accounts because you just know they're bots, right? Somebody who has a fucking October 2025 account that is defending the move Trump just made, fully MAGA, auto block, just insta block. I block like thousands of people now. I do. Fuck them all. Dude, you just need to shut that shit down, dude. Here's a Pakistan 158K Unka on X. Let's look at this one. And now, Elon, these accounts are getting huge, right? These accounts are getting huge followings from Twitter as well, from Elon. Okay? And this one is from South Asia, right? July 2025. What are they doing? It looks like they're fucking spreading fucking, you know. This one is like attacking Israel, right? There's a lot of this too on both sides, attacking Israel or attacking, like, you know, Islamic people. Right? But this one is a fucking crazy. Oh, it was on this one. Dude, wild. See here, this one, Alex, he's a Democrat, and it says he's in Canada, right? And people were attacking him. right? But I don't know. Canada feels like Americans move to Canada. I mean, at least you know that that's a real fucking human being, right? It could be an American living in Canada. I know some Americans that are living in Canada and living in Amsterdam. But, you know, I think the Nigeria one is a little more challenging, right? Dude, this one, Republicans against Trump, right? Ooh, created in Austria. But most of these are not the Democrat accounts, right? Dude, what's the anonymous one? Oh, shit. Mario Nawfal. Dude, he's West Asia. Rose Smith. All right, she's North America. Oh, connected via the Southeast Asia app. Is that what it is? Is that the connections are coming from one? From somewhere else? Connected via web? Dude, what is that? Dude, this is funny. Fox News. Is Fox News really say Germany? Hold on. I've been seeing the ones at Department of Homeland Security, right? That say Israel under it, but that was a troll. Did you see the ones? The ones they were putting out with DHS and the account based in Israel? That's pretty funny, dude. Oh shit. That shit's going on, right? Kristi Noem. Okay. She's legit. Yeah, no, it was this one. It was a troll that people were putting, right? Right, where it was this, dude. This one. Right? Dude, isn't that funny? Dude, account based in Tel Aviv. That's pretty good. No American says, I drink liberal tears. Yeah. Dude, that's fucking wild, bro. I think that's funny. So that was spreading around, dude. It is pretty funny. You know, but dude, we are definitely, I wanted to look at Fox News. We are definitely we're approaching a time where we're getting to the point, it is based in Germany. That's funny, but connected via the US App Store. That's wild. But we are, guys, definitely reaching a point where some people don't have a very good grasp of reality. And I mean, I see this. I'm sure you guys see this too in your interactions online. Like a lot of times I'll see that I get into arguments with people and they're like spreading misinformation, but they're spreading it as though it's like actually verified. Like, for example, a good example was around the deaths, right? Around the deaths of the Melissa Hortman. Okay. And then what ended up happening was a piece of information came to light that the guy who shot those lawmakers in Minnesota was on a bipartisan commission and he had been appointed by Tim Walz. But it was actually, he was appointed by the prior governor to a bipartisan commission of, both parties on business leaders. And Tim Walz just renewed the guy's nomination, everyone on the board. But like literally, so many people were like, no, Tim Walz appointed that guy. Tim Walz was trying to kill Melissa Hortman because she voted against, giving free money to illegal immigrants. And it's like, wow, bro. Like you saw a Facebook post and it's now, 6 months later and you're still regurgitating the Facebook post as though you think that shit is real and you've never done any investigatory work. And that's alarming. That's alarming that people are willing to make voting decisions or decisions about all of our future. You know what I mean? Dude, it's pretty fucking crazy. Yeah. See, I don't think you should be able to get a check mark, guys. Like, this is the problem with check marks. I mean, the verification, being able to buy check marks is just horrible because check marks were what it is, guys. is we are ingrained. We have lived in a system for a decade, more than a decade, where there's a verification system. That means it's verified. It means they're real, trusted account. We have been ingrained with this, and then all of a sudden, everybody can have a check mark. So now people's defenses are down. You know what I'm saying? It makes people's defenses down. And part of it is pay to play, but the reality of it is more so it's giving trustable, credence to accounts. It's better spread propaganda. You can propagandize and spread misinformation much more effectively by having people see a trusted mark to make them put their guard down. Right? So let's go. Can I grab that guitar and play a 20-second tune? Maybe we'll do it one day, boss. We will. I'd have to learn a tune, boss. I never play guitar. But maybe one day, on some special day. Dude. Oh, look at this. Fox's All-American Christmas tree is lit. Look at their All-American Christmas tree with one black dude standing at the edge, dude. Look at their Fox News's All-American, fucking, Tulsa, Oklahoma Christmas. Right? They're All-American fucking, Bloomington, Indiana Christmas. What the fuck, dude? The Fox No American Christmas, right? White American Christmas. I mean, I'm impressed there is one black guy, dude. What the fuck, dude? That's crazy. I see a couple women, though, so they've evolved that far, but that is wild, dude. Dude, I love New York, though, man. Dude, I fucking love New York, dude. Yeah, no, I dance to the song I dance to, boss. I have no desire to change up the song. I like the deja vu. All right. To Caroline Levitt News, Macedonia. Dude, this is nuts. But yeah, so most of these accounts that are fraudulent, guys, most of these fraudulent MAGA accounts they're the MAGA ones. Now, what I thought was interesting was the MAGA people talking about this, okay? Is you have millions of MAGA accounts that are being exposed, right? A whole bunch of Elon bots that are all coming from Nigeria and Ghana. They're fake Elons or they're Elon news accounts. Now, here's what I thought was really interesting is the MAGA people are freaking out about this as well, okay? Like the MAGA people are insisting that America First are fake. Yeah, we're about to dance. So I'm trying to find who was talking about this earlier today. A lot of people. Well, so yeah, I don't think anybody who was burned was a witch, right? If you're talking about the witch trials, they were literally just people that were grappling with mental illness, most assuredly. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, here we go. There's like the pro-Trumpies saying majority of America First accounts are grifting from Pakistan, right? Marie Arts, right? Maya Artist, Huma, right? They're always women. A lot of these women accounts, a lot of the MAGA stuff is usually like AI women because they're trying to lure like young men. They're trying to lure men. Okay, that is the predominant, right-wing philosophy is trying to fucking attack they're trying to go after the men. Okay, yeah, they thirst trap like crazy. But then, so now everybody, see, America First accounts are being exposed nonstop for being foreign agents. So now you have like the Israeli people, right? The big time Zionist right wingers are like, oh, see, there's really all this against Israel stuff is all fake. So everybody's fighting. And of course, look at this one though. Saudi Arabia. Thank you. Thank you, Saudi Arabia. So they're fucking, everybody's brawling about this, right? Oh, this guy. No way, dude. I know this account. I've actually fucking had words with this account. Dude, this account is fucking from Turkey. Dude, of course. Do you know this fucking guy? Dude, oh my God. Dude, ethnically American. All right, sure. He says, I work in international business. I'm currently working in Turkey on a contract. Sure. I'm currently working in Turkey on a contract. Yeah, thank you, boss. Dude, this account is based in Turkey. Dude, they're getting fucking ruined, bro. Oh, that's amazing. Dude. It's fucking amazing, boss. Dude, oh my God. Every post is fucking getting community noted now, dude. Dude, this guy just got ruined, bro. Look at this. This guy is a douche, but like a whole bunch of his posts are starting to get fucking community noted now. Oh my God, that's amazing. I love it. Dude, this person is a complete fucking douche. Oh shit, the general. 1776, they say. Meanwhile, they're afraid to protest. Okay? Right? I love how the MAGA bros are all like, you know, we are 1776. We fight the tyranny of the government. And then the minute they see a protest, they're like, how dare you fucking speak out, right? It's like, really? You think you're 1776 when you won't even go to a protest? Like, you stand for nothing, right? You know what I mean? Dude, they're so gutless. Just absolute turds, all right? However, guys, we did, you know what I'm saying? We did. They have done nothing with the American economy, absolutely nothing, but look at what they did do, guys. I want to see the room. There it is. They did pass the big resolution denouncing socialism, right? See the show a few days ago, Dearborn? I did not see the Dearborn thing. I mean, I saw it. Like, I just didn't watch it. I saw the racist guy went into Dearborn and said a bunch of racist shit, right, to the city council thing. I didn't even watch it. I was just like, dude, really? Like, you know, I'm not surprised by it. So what does this resolution do? It doesn't really do anything. It just fucking says that they denounce the horrors of socialism. So it's an official declaration that's saying that socialism is bad and we find it horrible and we commit to not having socialism in America. But it doesn't actually do anything. There's no, like, it's not affording any power to any agency. They're not taking any action. I mean, what's so dumb about this is police department, fire department, FEMA, you know, subsidies, roads, highways, you know what I'm saying? Our military, our Coast Guard, our fucking, right, the library, all the national parks, you know? I mean, dude, we have so much socialism in America. Like there's so much like hard bait, and it's always the best and most useful shit, you know? And so this idea, the horrors of socialism, it's all nonsense. And then of course, you know, Mamdani and Trump have their big socialism showdown. And what ends up happening? Trump is like, I love this guy. I agree with this guy. He's not a communist. He's not a jihadist. I'm a lot like him. And in fact, I'm going to start dressing like him in hopes that maybe I'll be cool in Williamsburg. Dude, so the resolution, yeah, but like I said though, guys, one thing I want to show you is take this with a grain of salt, because here they voted to denounce socialism, but 4 days ago, guys, you ready? You ready? 4 days ago, that same group voted against condemning fascism. So the Republicans agreed to denounce socialism, and some Democrats did, but then the Republicans refused to condemn fascism. Huh. Isn't that weird? Dude, yeah. Dude, Trumpy is dressing like Mamdani, right? Let's see, dude. Let's find a picture of Mamdani in the overcoat, shall we? Let's see if we can find a photo. Right? Dude. Tell me. Yeah, dude. That's so funny. He is dressing like him. Dude, that's his look, boss. I want to find one where he's got it open. Dude. Mamdani? Trumpy. Mamdani? Trumpy. Dude, he's got a crush, isn't it? Bubba's out. Dude, Mamdani's in. Bubba is out. Right? Oh my God, dude. Let's see if we get him in a turtleneck too. I don't know if Mamdani's like, dude, I used to wear the shit out of turtlenecks. Bro, in the 80s, I was the fucking turtleneck king, boss. Oh my God, bro. There's no fucking way, dude. 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 Is that AI? I don't know if that's AI. I don't know if that's verified. That could be AI. That's definitely AI, because look at it. It's from the Hindustan Times. So we know that one's AI, right? The Hindustan Times is definitely AI. You can tell because it doesn't look like him. When you look at the photo, right, you can see that that's not actually Mamdani's face. That's really the giveaway. They never really look like them, you know. But the overcoat is absolutely Mamdani, right? That is an absolute, like, Zohran Mamdani look. I don't think Mamdani wears turtlenecks. But, dude, I wore turtlenecks a lot. You know? And I just think it's funny, guys. I think it's funny because the reason why I find this so funny, okay, is because obviously this has a lot to do with what's going to go on this year with the midterms, okay? And you know, the MAGA, I mean, MAGA's already in dire straits. They are. MAGA is like, they are hard up, guys. They are struggling. They are fighting each other. They are warring over America First. They are warring over H-1B. They are warring over the Chinese students. They are warring over Congress passing zero legislation. Okay? They're getting fucking clocked in the elections, man. The elections were such a sweep. The economy sucks, right? The tariff income is like destroying shit. And now they had their entire set, like their eyes were set on aha, the Democrats are communists, socialists, Mamdani. He's going to ruin New York. He's bad. He's a jihadist. And literally Trump is like, dude, I love this guy. I agree with this guy. And in fact, I'm starting to dress like him. He's so cool. And dude, they are fucking shit up, bro. They're sinking it. Yeah, the hiding the economic data I don't like. Because obviously you look at like all the corporations that are closing. Like every week now they're saying, hey guys, we're doing so good. We've created 1 million jobs. But then you get online and you look at like what's going on in Nebraska, guys. Right? Look at this. Another one right here. Tyson. There's a beef plant in Lexington, Nebraska. 3,200 jobs, guys. And let me just tell you, okay? 3,200 may not sound like much, but this town, let's see what the population of Lexington, Nebraska is. See what the population is. Dude, look at that. 11,000. Okay? Dude, the fucking metro area is 10,350. So that means a quarter to a third of the jobs in that town are gone. Right? There are no other jobs there, guys. Isn't that crazy? Right? Tyson closing their beef plant. 1/3 of the city can be out of work, man. Like, that is crazy. That and Trump, meanwhile, is faking this economic shit, being like, oh shit, hey guys, look at 1 million new jobs, all to Native Americans, all to American-born Americans. But dude, this town, and guys, like what I saw from this is this used to happen in Wisconsin. Like the 7-Up bottling plant would close, or the Pepsi plant would close, and the entire fucking town just sinks into a depression. And then pretty soon, all of the mom and pop stores in town are like gone, right? Because when they lose all their jobs, nobody's buying shit. And that's what happens. You know what happens here, guys? You know what will happen? Is this will happen to like 10 towns, and then a Walmart will show up in the middle of all 10, and the only thing they have is Walmart. And it's fucked up, bro. It is just the destruction of middle America. And yep. But hey, guys, at least your Thanksgiving dinner here is $9 cheaper. Let's go, baby. Let's go. This is what we're having Thanksgiving, guys. It's for you, me, and the Thanksgiving tree, bro. $9 cheaper. Looks good. Do you see what happened, dude? Look at this. This woman said some gravy might spruce it up a bit, and I'm like, 10W40? Right? Little 10W40 on my Thanksgiving meal. Beautiful coal, guys. It's beautiful, clean coal. Oh, shit. All right, you ready? You guys got a dance party. It's time to dance, boss. I got to go make some videos. Again, there's going to be a stream tomorrow night. There's going to be no stream on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There should be videos. There might be a stream on one of those days. I am bringing a laptop, a camera, and a microphone, so we'll see. Okay? We will fucking test it out. And in the meantime, though, guys, thank you. Thank you for fucking being here. Thank you for, I don't know, dude, for rescuing me from the shit show that is America right now, right? I'm not going to New York. I'm going to the beach. Jenny and I go to the beach, right? It's Daniel 10W40 motor oil, not WD-40. You got to have the motor oil. The motor oil, 10W40 fucking motor oil is the gravy. So I'm going to the beach. We go every May and we go every November around Thanksgiving, right? This is like Jenny and I have been taking these trips for years, actually. And my son is not in school in New York City. No, my son's not in school. He did not go to college. He went to community college for a little bit and didn't like it. And so my son is just living in New York City. His girlfriend is in art school, right? But he is not in school. He's playing guitar and whatever whatever else. If I had a prediction for him, I'd say one of two things is going to happen. Like, one is he may end up being a musician, playing rock and roll and touring the country in a band. The other thing that you might see my son doing is he may end up being a sports YouTuber. Okay. Obviously he's grown up around a YouTuber, and he loves YouTube. So I wouldn't be surprised. He's kind of obsessed with sports, like all kinds of sports. And so I wouldn't be surprised if one day he becomes like a sports content creator, like one of those sports YouTubers, right? That may be something that's sort of, he's even mentioned that to me. Like, if I don't play music, I might do that sports YouTubing thing. So I could see him doing that too. I mean, anything with YouTube, he's like a YouTube guru. Like, I wouldn't have done Twitch and YouTube and all that if it wasn't for him. You know what I mean? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Dude, he loves that shit. Like the reaction channels, those guys that like watch the game and react to it live so people will watch a game and have a YouTube channel. I didn't even know that shit even existed, but apparently it's quite popular. He's a photojournalist. Oh, nice. Let's go. Yeah, dude, I love New York. I still want to live there, guys. If I ever get rich, I'm buying an apartment in New York and I'm going to live there. I will buy Jenny a house in Colorado, and then I will buy an apartment in New York, right? If I get rich. I don't know if I'm going to get rich, but I'm like, I can finally, I'm paying the bills now, which is nice. Dude, I had 2 years of living on the American Express card, and I think I'll be out of debt hopefully by like February, right? I think February I'm going to be out of debt. Oh, he wants to work at ESPN? All right, let's go. Dude, yeah, the live reactions to sports games are hugely popular. So yeah, no, I'll be in Lincoln City, guys. All right, for the next couple of days. I will see you tomorrow night. Right now, we're going to dance. All right? Let's get ready, baby. You ready? You ready for a little deja vu or what? Yo, 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 yo. Yo, let's go. Wonder what the MAGA... See, I guarantee, guys, MAGA ain't really thinking about their accounts that are fake. They're focusing on Democrats. Dude, my fucking chair's armrests are falling apart, bro. Shit, boss. All right. Oh, dude, stretching. You gotta stretch, boss. Dude. Feels good to stretch. Are you guys ready? Are we ready to dance? Let's go, baby. Who's ready for a little bit of deja vu? Dude, I love this song. Shit gets me in the mood, boss. Gets me in the mood to edit. Thank you guys again. Thank you for your support. Thank you for keeping me sane during this outrageous fucking... Like, my God, dude, Trumpy, fuck off. All right, let's go, baby. Let's get in. Let's get in.
Been here before. that I will make it out somehow. A little deja vu, gonna get it right. A little time with you and I can see it light. A little deja vu, gonna get it right. A little time with you and I can see it light. Things will turn out alright this time, I know. Yeah, baby!
Let's go! Oh, dude, it feels good to dance, bro. Dude, I love dancing. I do. If I got another go on this planet, I'd maybe be a ballet dancer. I think it'd be fun. Whoa! All right, guys. I'm gonna go edit. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, have a good night or have a good day wherever you're at. Take care of your head. Be good. We got a long way to go, guys. We're like 25% done with fucking Trump, this dumbass. Almost 20%. But, dude, we're gonna kick some ass. I'll see you tomorrow, baby. I love you guys. Don't forget, sometimes you just gotta let it all hang out, you know? Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Good night!
Paint away, day and night, 6 hearts, hope I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them, nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pain. Oh, 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 oh. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you